Ilya, a majestic ice dragon, regards the man with puzzlement and reveals her desire to lay a dragon egg for him, inquiring if he would assist her. Empress Liliana asks him with a playful smile if he would like to share the joy of being connected with her. Oh, what a woman. I want to have kids with you. Saint Alinea, half-naked, offers to explore the mystery of holy light with a slight smile, as if hinting at something more. Maybe try the main character's lollipop. The protagonist, scratching his head, says with regret and some embarrassment, "I'm sorry." There it is, the true Sigma. He stands in front of the girls and says he can't go on walking with them anymore, leaving them in confusion. Lee Min-yu lies in a hospital bed, saying that he is terminally ill and needs constant care. He recalls starting to play the game Infinite Dungeon late in his life, finding solace in socializing with NPC girls. Looking at the screen, he realizes how pathetic he is. Even if he achieves all the achievements and pumps up all the characters, it won't change reality. He has very little time left in the real world and realizes the inevitability of his end. System notifications appear in front of him. After the end of the countdown, he will be transported to the dungeon world where he will either perish or be able to gain power and eternal life. The only choice is to pass this life. The protagonist stares in shock at the blue screen appearing in front of him, thinking it is a hallucination before he dies. The countdown begins. He realizes that his life is moving towards the end and accepts it with calmness. He wonders if there is life after death. He would like to be reborn in a game-like world where he could have some real fun. Waking up in his new body, he examines himself in a panic, realizing that his body no longer hurts and he is alive. Suddenly, a sword appears beside him. The game interface pops up in front of him again, informing him that this is his first weapon, a rusty iron sword. He begins to wonder if it's all an illusion. An announcement is made in the world. Player data has been transferred. The dungeon world has officially launched, and its first goal is to reach level 10 and defeat the village boss. Chaos erupts in game chat. Players are complaining, panicking. Some are looking for a team, and some are just writing meaningless things. The protagonist realizes with burning eyes that it's all true. He and the others have indeed been transported to the dungeon world. Once in his new abode, he notices the interface in front of him with the description of Rookie House, and feels a strange sense of déjà vu, as if he's been through this before. The protagonist extends his arm forward and loudly shouts the command, "Open information," activating the game interface. His characteristics appear in front of him. His name is Lee Min-yu, his level is 1, his health and mana are 100 each, and his basic parameters are 10. With delight, he realizes that he has indeed found himself in the dungeon world as he had suspected. He recalls that Infinite Dungeon was the same RPG game he had been playing for several years. The game has a huge world, multiple quests, and a clear hierarchy, making it particularly addictive. He always enjoyed complex strategic missions that required careful planning. Even after graduating from high school, he continued to play this hardcore game. A disturbing announcement appears in the in-game chat. 3 players have already died, even though this is just the beginning. Other newbies are shocked at what's happening, because the initial monsters were supposed to be easy. A discussion breaks out in the village. 3 players formed a group and set out to fight monsters, but were unexpectedly killed. The group of newcomers learns that the cause of the 3 players' deaths was caused by just one monster, a fire rooster that used a wall of fire. Lin Mingyu is relieved that he acted cautiously and realizes the importance of information, planning, and interaction with NPCs for survival. He recognizes that even with experience, completing missions still carries risks, but firmly decides he's not going to die. Suddenly, the system alerts him that the achievement system has been activated. Lin Mingyu receives several achievements that increase his stats, as well as bonus items including healing potions. Achievements include social bonuses that lower the price of purchases and increase his influence among NPCs. He is amazed that the achievements gained in the Infinite Dungeon game have been transferred to this world. Upon seeing the social ceiling achievement, he wonders if the NPC's sympathy level has also crossed over. Remembering his past merits, he realizes that he has raised the sympathy of NPCs and bosses to the maximum level. Lin Mingyu realizes that he can now benefit from the support of NPCs and even bosses, as some of them are much stronger than normal players. Lin Mingyu looks surprised to see a message about an achievement that was to be obtained after conquering a certain girl. He wonders what it could mean. When he opens the inventory, he finds an item called Young Girl's Feelings, which are striped panties. He is puzzled, as he was expecting something useful. After realizing who the item belongs to, he blushes and remembers the Adventurers Guild and a girl named Shauna. Shauna is the NPC of the newcomer village in charge of equipment, potions, and production and trade. She holds an important position, and her resources are extremely useful. Realizing that he has her feelings, Lin Mingyu decides to go to the Adventurers Guild to meet her. He soon finds himself outside the guild building, guarded by guards, and ready to go inside. However, Shauna meets the adventurers in a less than friendly manner, stating that she cannot give them anything and orders them to leave. One adventurer wonders if she should be handing out starter kits to newcomers. Others demand to share resources, as she has plenty. Shauna categorically refuses. Without money, there will be no goods, and no one will get anything for nothing. Infuriated by their pushiness, she threatens to call security if they don't leave. Immediately. One of the guys is outraged. Such a beautiful girl and he has no money. Unfair. He complains that even the NPCs in the game look down on him. However, his companion suggests not wasting time and looking at other places. Shauna is clearly annoyed by their behavior and indignantly declares that unreasonable guys who have no money will get nothing from her. At this moment, the door opens, and Lin Mingyu enters the guild. Shauna reminds the adventurers that she's already told them they won't get anything for free. However, upon seeing Lin Mingyue, her expression changes dramatically. She says his name in surprise, clearly startled by his sudden appearance. Tears appear in her eyes, her face red with emotion, and a tremulous excitement reads in her eyes. Unable to contain her feelings, Shauna throws herself into Lin Mingyu's arms, exclaiming joyfully that he's finally back. At this point, the system notifies him that the owner of the young girl's feelings has been found, confirming the special connection between the two. Lin Mingyu recalled that Shauna had always supported him in the rookie village, greeting him after defeats with a beaming smile. Now, feeling the warmth of her body, he realizes that she's not just a data set, but a living girl with real feelings. Shauna excitedly asks where Lin Mingyu has been for so long and wonders about his condition. She worries if he was hurt in the fight with the monster. Lin Mingyu smiles and assures her that he is fine. However, for unknown reasons, he has become a budding adventurer again. He sighs, realizing that he is now penniless. Moreover, his current equipment is far inferior to what is sold here. Shauna happily assures him that there is nothing to worry about. She has money to spare and is ready to give him the best adventurer's gear. In the system interface, the equipment obtained by Lin Mingyu is displayed. It includes a light armor, leather pants and boots, and an exquisite one-handed sword. He is now fully equipped and looks more serious. Dressed in his new outfit, he is ready to go on adventures again. Lin Mingyu notes that this set of equipment costs 10,000 copper coins. He is surprised that this amount is more than half of Shauna's salary. Despite the price, he is grateful for her help. Thanks to this equipment, he can confidently go hunting for monsters and pumping up. Shauna worries if he's going to go outside the village. Lin Mingyu reassures her that he has nothing to fear with his equipment. He chuckles slightly and pulls out the striped panties he got earlier. With a sly smile, he asks Shauna why she gave it to him earlier. Shauna cries out in surprise, her cheeks turning red when she sees Lin Mingyu holding out her panties to her. The girl, still blushing, asks Lin Mingyu to come over in the evening and keep her company. Lin Mingyu, a little surprised by her request, agrees with a slight smile, promising to come over. His interface displays his characteristics. All parameters are 20. The system also notifies that he has entered the vicinity of the Forest of Newcomers. The map shows that the forest is divided into 3 zones: outer, taiga, and central. The deeper you go, the more dangerous the monsters are. Lin Mingyu enters the hunting area. He decides to finally start leveling up after a long time. The young man surveys the area, noting that there are hidden resources and pass holes, but you can't rush it. There are charred corpses lying around him, and he concludes that a fierce battle was recently fought here. Lin Mingyu examines the still warm corpse and assumes that a fire rooster, a dangerous monster, is nearby. Suddenly, a fireball appears in front of him, and in the next second, a massive explosion occurs, forcing him to dodge. Lin Mingyu tensely lands on the ground, preparing for battle. He realizes that seeing monsters live is not the same as seeing them in a game. A huge fire rooster appears in front of him, whose characteristics are frightening in their power. The hero is amazed and realizes that the battle will not be easy. The Ryoi monster instantly attacks, spewing flames, forcing Lin Mingyu to dodge. The ground around it heats up, turning the fight into a real danger. The hero makes a sharp dash to the side, instantly increasing the distance between himself and the enemy. He's not going to be an easy target. Lin Mingyu strikes, his sword cleaving the monster's body. The blow deals 20 health damage. Despite his training, Lin feels that his movements are not smooth enough. In the real world, fighting is much more difficult than he is used to in the game. Looking back at his former life, he realizes that he was confined to a wheelchair. Being able to move freely seems like a miracle to him. In response to the attack, Lin Mingyu does a somersault in the air, preparing to deliver a powerful overhead strike. The characteristic of agility comes up, which is 20 points. The hero decides to rely on it, realizing that speed is his chance to win. Lin Mingyu strikes the final blow, unleashing a powerful sword swing. He is confident that it should be enough to finish off the fire rooster. The monster's information is updated. Health is critically low, but it is still dangerous. Lin Mingyu teasingly asks if the rooster ate soap, mocking his appearance. Feeling threatened, the monster abruptly activates a powerful attack, exploding with flames that spread around it. The protagonist analyzes the situation. Since the rooster can't reach him, it means that he has moved on to using his crowning trick. He realizes that this attack is auto-targeted, so it will be difficult to dodge. The fire chicken abruptly rushes down, intending to deliver a fatal blow. Her attack looks threatening, but Lin Mingyu keeps her cool as she watches her enemy's movements. Grabbing the KFC by its carcass, Lin Mingyu calmly analyzes the parameters. The monster has an attack of 15, but its physique gives it 10 defense, plus another 10 from equipment. As a result, the chicken's attacks are useless to it. He effortlessly grabs the enemy, stating that his attacks are meaningless, and then finishes him off, gaining 2 experience points and the Forest of Beginners Outer Realm achievement. Lin Mingyu gets several achievements, each of which increases his stats and gives bonuses against different types of enemies. These include boosts against fire rooster, rabbits, dogs, cats, and even turtles. At this time, another group of players encounter dangerous opponents, electric rabbits. One of them shouts in a panic that their comrade Xiao Shen is dead and offers to retreat. However, the leader of the group declares that it is impossible to run away because the enemies are twice as fast as they are. He realizes that running away will only lead to the total destruction of their team. One of the wolves attacks sharply, giving the red-haired guy a serious blow. He flies backwards from the blow, losing 74 health. His sword falls to the ground, and he cries out in pain. His sword falls to the ground, and he cries out in pain. Despite his wounds, he rises saying that he is the champion of the battle and has 7 men in his team. However, even at the cost of a few lives, they failed to harm their opponent. In front of him appears a huge rabbit with an intimidating stare. His ally warns him that this creature can kill in the blink of an eye. The rabbit rushes to attack lightning fast, and the guy shouts in panic to the girl named Xiao Fang that the rabbit is behind him. The girl with pink hair turns around and is horrified to see a huge rabbit behind her, ready to attack. She clutches her sword, realizing her chances are slim. At that moment, one of the fighters gives the rabbit a powerful blow that causes it to lose 18 health. Lin Mingyu explains that wind hares have high speed, but if you get in their eyes, they lose their danger. The others listen to him, realizing that this information could save their lives. He stands leaning on his sword, plunged into the ground, looking calm and confident. One of the survivors runs up to Lin Mingyu and angrily demands an explanation about his equipment. He is angered that he didn't report it to the general chat room. The angry young man accuses Lin Mingyu of causing many people to die because of his selfishness. His gaze is full of rage, but Lin Mingyu remains cool-headed. The protagonist looks at him calmly and asks if this is really how one talks to their savior. The guy with purple hair clenches his fist, brimming with anger, and utters a single word. Suddenly, another survivor, a red-haired youth, knocks him down in a rage. From the looks of it, he appears to be supporting Lin Mingyu. The red-haired man reprimands the lying guy, resenting his ingratitude. He emphasizes that Lin Mingyu is no ordinary person, and he is not to be worried about him. He declares that they must not disappoint him, for he has given them important information. He then suggests that they attack the rabbits again. Lin Mingyu discovers the hidden cave of the black snake's nest. The system warns him that he can only enter once, regardless of the result. Behind him already lay a horde of dead turtles. Looking around, he realizes that no one is here and sighs in relief. Checking his status, he notices that simply killing monsters along the way has given him 2 levels, improving all stats by 10, and the extra points make him much stronger. He decides to focus on strength, as it is the attack that matters most right now. Fully relying on his characteristics and knowledge, he prepares for the next challenge. Diving into the portal, he finds himself inside a hidden cave. The system reminds him that he can only enter this place once, regardless of the result. A system message appears on the screen, confirming that he has entered the Black Serpent's only lair. This dungeon can only be traversed once, so he will have to be careful. Inside the cave, he finds himself in the middle of a flooded area. Suddenly, a powerful jet or tail bursts out of the water, attacking Lin Mingyu. Swinging his sword, he deflects the attack, creating a powerful shockwave. The water around him splashes, and the tension in the air rises. His look becomes serious. The enemy has finally appeared. Lin Mingyu encounters an iron-black snake guarding its lair. He notices its characteristics. Health, 2400, mana, 800, strength, 80, agility, 80, physique, 120, intelligence, 40. The monster has no rank, but it has high combat power. He instantly rushes to attack, using all his speed to prevent the snake from attacking first. Lin Mingyu strikes first, but quickly realizes that this is an elite monster. Its characteristics are much higher than normal ferocious creatures of the same level. He notices the strength of the snake's armor. Its black iron scales are so strong that even attacks with a strength of 60 can't penetrate the defense. Lin Mingyu realizes that a protracted fight would be disadvantageous to him, and decides to look for the snake's weak spot. Jumping up, he concludes that the snake has only one vulnerable point, the head. However, as soon as he approaches, the skill Poison Spray is triggered, which activates at a distance of 3 meters from his head. The poisonous attack flew straight at Lin Mingyu, causing him to instantly dodge to avoid being affected. Despite the danger, Lin Mingyu smiles, because he realized that this skill reveals the snake's main flaw. He realizes that the reason this snake is only level 4 is because of this particular vulnerability, and now he can use that to his advantage. Lin Mingyu watched the snake carefully. Knowing that 0.8 seconds after the poison ended, she would fall into an extremely weak state. Indeed, her characteristics had plummeted, her mana had been depleted, her strength and agility had been minimized, and her combat power had almost disappeared. Realizing that this was his only chance, Lin Mingyu rushed upwards to attack, realizing that he needed to take advantage of this brief moment of weakness. His attack went through, and the iron-black snake, a level 4 elite monster, was defeated. A notification appeared in the system to gain 60 experience points and level up to level 3. Then, reward windows appeared in front of him. The Kill the First Zlatka achievement, which gave him a bonus to characterization and damage on elite enemies. On top of that, he received the titles Slaughter of Zlatha and Zlatha Slayer, which further increased his power. At this moment, a world announcement sounded, "Player Ye Tianming has defeated an elite monster for the first time. Reputation." Force 1. A reward chest appeared in front of him, which was an unexpected fortune. He grinned as he realized how small the chance of a chest falling out from a monster of this level was. The probability was less than 1%, and he was incredibly lucky. The information about the black iron chest appeared on the screen, with a 90% chance of getting a black iron item and a 10% chance of getting a bronze iron item. Lin Mingyu didn't hesitate to choose open. The system congratulated him on receiving the black handcuff, a level 3 item that grants +5 to strength. Lin Mingyu noted with satisfaction that this was exactly what he needed. Looking ahead, he realized that the last objective of the visit was ahead of him. All the loot was important, but the most important was the skill book hidden in the cave. Lin Mingyu finds a skill book with the basics of swordsmanship that has a bronze level. When this skill is mastered, the sword attack speed increases by 10%. He agrees to learn the skill, and a powerful blue energy erupts around him. After learning the basics of swordsmanship, Lin Mingyu feels that he now has a better understanding of the rules of combat. He is pleased as it increases his fighting power. Realizing that it's too late, he decides to return home. He feels that Xia has already started to worry about him. At this time, the girl is gathering medicinal herbs in the forest. She hopes that they will make 10 small recovery bottles, which will help Lin Mingyu. However, suddenly someone notices her and recognizes her. She hears her being called Ms. Xia from the Adventurers Guild. A few guys appear in front of her, who say with derision that she chased them away during the day when they didn't have any money. They wonder how she is going to make up for their offense. One of them with a smirk suggests that she just give all the money and make his brothers happy. The girl tenses up, realizing that she has fallen into a trap. Grabbing a gun, she tries to warn them that the guards of order will not leave this incident unattended. However, the opponents only laugh in response. One of the attackers declares with a creepy smile that if there are no witnesses left, no one will know it was them. The bastard wondered if the girl would still have the same expression on her face as before if he nailed her. The bandits grinningly rush over to the girl, claiming they will teach her how to properly serve the guests. The girl tries to defend herself with a knife but fails, and at the last moment she is deftly picked up by Lin Mingyu. He appears unexpectedly, saving her from the hands of her attackers. There is relief and joy in her eyes, and her face reflects genuine admiration. She looks at him with a twinkle in her eye, calling him dear. Lin Mingyu gently places her on the ground and confidently declares that he will handle this situation himself. One of the bandits observes with a sneer that someone nosy has intervened in the situation. Another bandit notices Lin Mingyu's equipment and remembers that someone had mentioned it before. He thinks that they are incredibly lucky today, as they now have double the loot. The gang leader, smiling smugly, offers Lin Mingyu to leave his equipment and hand over the girl to them. In return, he promises to spare his life. Lin Mingyu looks at him defiantly and coldly asks what will happen if he refuses. The gang leader immediately rushes to attack, shouting for Lin Mingyu not to blame him for the events that followed. However, Lin Mingyu did not hesitate and, lightning fast, intercepted the strike, blocking the enemy blade with his sword. After learning the basics of swordsmanship, Lin Mingyu felt his sword control improve greatly. The bandits, seeing the demonstration of his skill, were horrified. One of them, realizing the threat, shouted to the others to retreat. However, one of the thugs decided to take a chance and called for everyone to attack at once. Lin Mingyu responded with a lightning-fast strike, describing a shining arc with his sword. One of the attackers didn't even have time to realize what had happened. His sword easily blew off his opponent's head, leaving the others in shock. They couldn't believe that their attack had been so easily repulsed. The surviving bandits froze in fear. They couldn't understand why Lin Mingyu was causing such a huge amount of damage. Realizing the hopelessness of the situation, the bandits fell to their knees, begging for mercy. They admitted their mistake and promised not to do anything stupid like that again. Lin Mingyu looked at them with a good-natured smile. He recognized their repentance as sincere, but made a sinister reservation. After confidently stating that God would forgive them when they met him, he made it clear that there would be no mercy. Meanwhile, the girl anxiously ran up to him, asking if he was injured. Lin Mingyu replied that he was fine, but asked a counter question about her presence at such a late hour. She reminded him that he should come tonight, as she wanted to give him some medicinal herbs. The young man states that no place is safe. Now, Lin Mingyu decides to stay at the girl's house to protect her at all times. She happily agrees, declaring that his house is now her home as well. At night, they return to the village, where the houses look peaceful and quiet under the light of the moon. In Lin Mingyu's room, hearing the sound of water behind the curtain, he blushes as he realizes that the girl is taking a bath. At this point, she happily thinks about him wanting to protect her. She dreamed of being by his side, but she didn't expect it to happen so soon. Wrapped in steam, she immerses herself in her feelings, mentally repeating words of love. Suddenly, the door opens. Lin Mingyu sees her coming out of the bathroom wearing only a towel. The girl, embarrassed, lowers her gaze and suggests that he go to bed, clearly hiding her excitement. Lin Mingyu ponders with a slight sigh what exactly is meant by the word sleep. Xiaxa's intentions seem too obvious to him. He tries to deal with the excitement by reminding himself that he is no longer the weak guy he used to be. His goal now is to become stronger and to interact with others with confidence. The girl looks at Lin Mingyu with embarrassment, and he says her name with a smile. Suddenly, passion erupts between them, and they merge in a kiss, giving themselves completely to their feelings. And you can see for yourself what's going on over there. Lin Mingyu lies relaxed in bed, happy with what's going on. He remarks to himself that it was a great night. Still near Xia Sha, he decides to check how the others are doing, summoning the holographic screen in front of him. In the village chat room, newcomers complain about the terrible conditions, drafts, lack of blankets, and cold nights. Some even joke that they have everything they need in their sleep. Lin Mingyue, seeing these reports, can't help but laugh, clearly enjoying his position. A notification appears that several players have reached level 2, and a new ranking has opened in the village. The leader is a certain Ye Tianming, who has already reached the 3rd level. Lin Mingyu looks at the statistics screen with a serious expression, noting that only 5 people were able to reach level 2 in an entire day. He realizes that at this rate, most players won't be able to reach level 10 in 15 days. If they don't start practicing, they will all be doomed. Suddenly, a message about daily ranking rewards appears in front of him. He is surprised, not expecting, to receive such bonuses just for being a leader. The screen confirms the rewards: 50 experience, 100 copper coins, and a fragment of a silver treasure chest. Lin Mingyu realizes that this can give him a big advantage over the others. He studies the information about chest fragments, and realizes that 3 silver fragments can be exchanged for 1 silver chest. The ability to infinitely exchange bronze chests for silver chests makes this mechanic extremely useful. He then decides to see what rewards are given for leveling up. If there are daily bonuses, there may be even more valuable items for leveling up. The screen shows that the first newbie to reach level 10 will receive a gold treasure chest, 10 gold coins, and a gold chest fragment. These are extremely rare. Rewards for newcomers. Lin Mingyu is ecstatic. If he gets the gold chest, he will be able to strengthen himself significantly. Such a reward would give him a serious advantage in the dungeon world. However, before going into battle, he decides to check how many enemies are in the first zone. He opens the chat and sees the discussion of other players asking about the wild wolves and the ice dog. Lin Mingyu analyzes the situation. There are 10,000 rookies in one village, which means there are millions of people competing in the whole world. He realizes that there is no time to waste and quickly packs up. Already pulling on his boots, he hears a girl's voice asking if he's already leaving. The girl holds out a few potions to Lin Mingyue, informing him that she prepared them from the evening. She sincerely hopes that he will return safely. He looks at the potions in his hands, reflecting on the fact that she probably stayed up all night creating them. His interface displays that he now has 53 small recovery potions. Lin Minyu smiles slightly, and gently touching her face reminds her that she promised to show him the maid costume tonight. He assures her that he will definitely come back. Meanwhile, in the outer area of the forest, the newcomers are discussing his achievements. They are amazed that he has already reached the 3rd level, while they have only reached the 2nd level. The group of newcomers continues to advance, noting that even if they fight hard, their experience is barely half of what Lin Mingyu gets. One member of the group advises everyone to be patient and take advantage of any opportunities that arise. Up ahead, 7 level 2 ice dogs are spotted hiding in the bushes. The group leader explains that if you act stealthily and surround them, you can succeed. However, one of the girls with blue hair abruptly changes the mood, exclaiming that she has found not a lone wolf, but a lone handsome man. They look down in amazement and notice Lin Mingyu walking calmly in the area where the 2nd level monsters are. They can't believe that he is walking so calmly there. At this time, Lin Mingyu himself already notices the approaching ice wolves, but he looks completely unfazed. The Blade Girl, seeing that Lin Mingyu has been discovered, rushes down, intending to help. At that moment, one of the ice wolves leaps at the protagonist with its mouth open, ready to tear him apart. The girl shouts to him to be careful, and she rushes downstairs, with her weapon in hand, hoping to be in time to help. Suddenly, beams of light fall from the sky, striking all the enemies. The girl is shocked by what is happening. When the dust settles, it becomes clear that the 2nd level monsters were destroyed in one hit, which seems incredible. Lin Mingyu looks at the defeated enemies and asks the girls if they really came here to save him. He warns them that with such power, their reckless rescue of people could result in death. It is better to take care of yourself first. One of the girls confidently states that they are like sheriffs here. If someone is in danger, they will fight to the end to protect them. She then clarifies that he is the same Ye Tianming who is ranked number 1 and suggests him to join their team. Lin Mingyu replies briefly and without hesitation. He can't join them because they will only slow him down. Lin Mingyu tosses the girl a book and says he's willing to give them a chance. He sets a condition. If they reach level 5 in 2 days, he will agree to join them. The girl opens her eyes in surprise and realizes that she is holding a guide to the monsters of the beginner's forest. She is shocked and doesn't understand how Lin Mingyue was able to get such rare information. She is amazed at what he has done and asks why he is giving away such valuable information so easily. Lin Mingyu explains that he is not giving the guidebook away for nothing. He demands that the guide be distributed as soon as possible so that everyone can benefit from this knowledge. The protagonist ponders that, although he is no saint, he can't just sit idly by. If the majority of players in one village become strong, it will increase their overall chance of victory. One of the girls teases her friend with a sly smile, hinting that she has fallen in love with Lin Minyu. She emphasizes that he is handsome, strong and generous, and such qualities attract any girl. The girl is embarrassed and quickly replies that this is not true at all. However, she feels emotional inside and recognizes that thanks to Lin Minyu, everyone has a chance to succeed. A system prompt appears on the screen. Lin Mingyu has entered a new area, the beginner's dense forest area. He also activates the IEU Dense Forest Killer achievement, which increases his stats. The next achievement he activates is Rookie Leader. It adds additional bonuses to his attributes and increases his reputation. Lin Mingyu stands in front of a massive tree and says that he has finally found the blood tree. He realizes that a simple method of killing monsters will no longer help him win the competition among millions of players. After all, there will always be capable people who will use the necessary to gather the resources of the entire village for their own needs. Lin Mingyu is standing in front of a huge tree covered with glowing magic runes. He decides to take a chance since it's the only way to gain a lot of experience quickly. Reaching out, he touches the surface of the tree and it begins to glow brightly, reacting to his touch. A system message opens in front of him. A hidden dungeon has been discovered, the secret spirit realm. Lin Mingyu agrees to enter without hesitation. As soon as he takes a step inside, a warning appears. The dungeon has the highest degree of danger. Now he is isolated from the outside world, and the exit is possible only after a complete cleanup. Meanwhile, in one of the assembly halls, several people are discussing Ye Tianming. They are surprised by his strength and wonder if he is really that strong. One of the men mentions with derision that his attack does 100-200 damage per hit, deeming him a coward who just didn't get the job done. However, another council member points out that the information Xie Jiwen passed on is extremely valuable. In the beginner village, out of all the players, only 5 players were able to reach the 2nd level. The council leader asks if anyone has concerns about the future use of this data. Judging by his tone, he had already made up his mind. He recalls that their band of wild wolf mercenaries were gathered by some unknown god, uniting them in one village of newcomers. With a mad gleam in his eyes, he declares that the old world will fall and the new world will belong to them, holding an artifact, surrounded by blue flames. Player Wang Baitian of the 9th Rookie Village uses the item Challenge to officially challenge Rookie Village 0 to a duel. There is a lively atmosphere in the dining room. Someone happily announces a portion of fried fish, while others mention a meeting with boss Ye Tianming. However, one of the participants remarks that this is not the most important thing. One of the girls excitedly says that the most important thing is Ye Tianming's incredible strength, hinting at his exceptional abilities. The red-haired guy agrees, confirming that since the guidebook is written by Ye Tianming, there is no doubt about its authenticity. He promises to pass the information to his companions as soon as possible. Suddenly, a system announcement appeared in the air. Player Wang Baitian had used the item Challenge to Fight to forcibly start a competition between the 9th Novice Village and the number 0 Village. Another system notification appears with the rules of the contest. For killing a ferocious beast, both sides get experience, which is converted into points at a ratio of 1.1. Members of the winning village will have their base stats increased by 50% and their experience in the beginner's forest doubled. However, the losers will lose 50% of their stats and their experience will be reduced by half. The system announces that the duel is starting right now. One of the guys angrily exclaims that the duelists are clearly out of their minds because now is not the time for such a fight. The girl with black hair notices that Wang Baitian is not just a name, but the name of the head of the Wild Wolves mercenary troop. This troop is known for operating abroad without rules, destroying people, and is therefore a target of the authorities. However, the red-haired guy only speaks scornfully of their opponents, assuring that with Ye Tianming, they have no reason to worry. The pink-haired girl shrieks sharply, demanding an urgent look at the ranking, pointing at Ye Tianming's name. The screen displays the level ranking of newcomer village number 0, but the first line suddenly disappears. Someone is startled to notice that the information is missing. A system message appears against an ominous red moon. Players have entered a secret realm of elves and are now temporarily isolated from the outside world. In front of Lin Ming, Yu stretched, a dark, mysterious forest, shrouded in the silence of the night. The protagonist looks at the surroundings, realizing that this place once belonged to the elves. Now it has been taken over by an army of evil goblins and cut off from the outside world. Lin Mingyu notices that there are significantly more goblins in this place than wild beasts in the beginner forest. He realizes that he has found a great place to farm experience, especially with his current bonuses. Suddenly, his attention is drawn to a bound elf girl lying on the ground. She tries to say something, but the gag prevents her from speaking. Lin Mingyu wonders why he has never seen this girl before. He begins to suspect that he accidentally activated a new story quest. The elf girl screams in panic, warning him of the danger. At the same instant, a goblin jumps on top of the hero with a wild cry, swinging its weapon at him. Lin Mingyue remains calm as he waits for the attack. Lin Mingyu engages in battle with a goblin, his sword colliding with his opponent's weapon. Soon the goblin begins to run away. A system window pops up with the characteristics of the goblin warrior, who is level 7, has 910 health and 104 strength. In the forest, a trap is activated with a giant pointed tip strung on a wooden mechanism. One of the goblins smirks, holding a lever ready to set the trap in motion. Suddenly, red rays flash in the air, and Lin Mingyu deftly dodges the projectiles. Behind him, a ghostly image of a warrior appears, perhaps a speeding technique or spiritual defense. The elven woman watching the battle is amazed at his agility. She realizes that he is only level 3, but his reflexes allow him to avoid even difficult traps, the girl exclaims, asking if he has come to save her. However, the situation remains tense as attacking spears or beams continue to flicker around. I have no idea. Lin Mingyue, running up to her, suddenly asks for permission to examine her ass. The girl, surprised by this strange request, hesitates. She interjects with a puzzled expression, clearly not understanding why he would want to do that. Her face expresses utter confusion. Lin Mingyu explains that the situation is critical and he must make sure there are no signs of betrayal on her body. His words sound serious, but the girl's reaction is violent when he pulls at her clothes, causing her shock and panic. The girl screams in horror, demanding to be looked at with just one eye. Her face is flushed and her emotions are running high. Mingyu, without wasting any time, picks her up in his arms and rushes forward despite her screaming. He apologizes, but explains that he could not have done otherwise. For elves captured by goblins are doomed to a terrible fate. The girl admits that she would rather die than end up in the clutches of goblins. However, she is sure that she will not be harmed because her status makes her valuable to them. Lin Mingyu repeats thoughtfully about the special status and finally realizes that she is the missing sister that the game was about. In a past life, he met an elven princess looking for her sister, but decided it was just a bug. Now, however, he realizes that he was able to change the plot. He stops abruptly, gazing warily into the forest. Something is clearly approaching. The girl anxiously reports that the goblins have cast a tracking spell on her. They must be heading straight for them now. She begs Lin Mingyu to leave her and save herself, not wanting to drag him into danger. However, the hero only smirks. Since his enemies are coming to him on their own, he won't have to waste time looking for them. Lin Mingyu ponders the choice of the perfect place to fight while assessing the surrounding landscape. From the depths of the gorge, a whole army of goblins appears, ready to attack. The girl wonders, is this really the place that Lin Mingyu thought was suitable? She is worried because the enemies are already gathering behind the mountain. Lin Mingyu confidently replies, hinting that she missed something important while walking in this place. The girl notices the strange number of chains around, puzzled as to why there are so many of them. She is sure that the elves never built anything like this. Lin Mingyu explains that the elves could not have created such a trap. These chains seem to be holding back something huge, and the place where they are located is the balance point of the forces. The girl admires Lin Mingyu, amazed at his ability to find such hidden places. Lin Mingyu, not hiding a smug smile, admits that he knows this place like the back of his hand, thanks to the countless deaths he has experienced here. He decides it's time to take advantage of the situation. The goblins don't even realize that they have prepared a death trap for themselves. Suddenly, one of the chains breaks and the mountain begins to collapse, causing chaos among the goblins below. The system notifies Lin Mingyu that he gets 50 experience points for killing a goblin warrior. One by one, new notifications arrive. He continues to gain experience by killing goblins by caving. Eventually, he even raises his level, which is confirmed by a system message. Soon, a characterization information window opens in front of him. He is level 8 and has excellent health and mana. His strength, agility, physique, and intelligence are at a pretty high level, and he also has 25 points to distribute. Lin Mingyu smiled contentedly. He had instantly risen to the 8th level, which was a great result. The girl, seeing that everything was successful, relaxes and says with a satisfied smile, "Very good." She doesn't hold back her emotions and says with tears in her eyes that the elven people finally have a chance for revenge. In a burst of emotion, she grabs Lin Mingyu's hands, thanks him, and looks at him with admiration. Then, still elated, she admits that she has never seen such a strong newcomer and asks him to destroy the goblin remnants. An embarrassed Lin Mingyu agrees to do it. Lin Mingyu rushes down, and the elf woman asks him to wait. The elven woman, despite her haste, wanted to give him the blessing of her people. She assured him not to worry about her. After the battle, all of Lin Mingyu's characteristics tripled. His physical condition now exceeded the limits of ordinary people. Down below, the remaining goblins were anxiously watching the aftermath of the destruction. They were clearly frightened. Lin Mingyu descended upon them from the air, covered in a radiance of power. His attack was crushing. The goblins had no time to react. Fear froze in their eyes. They realized that they were facing an enemy far superior to them. The ground cracked from his impact, and the goblins began to retreat in panic. Lin Mingyu remained standing at the epicenter of the destruction. He looked at his enemies with a smirk, announcing to them that he would help them realize their insignificance. With his sword raised, he declared that their fate was only to enhance his characteristics. His attack was imminent. At this time, the system displayed information about new quests. Among them was the quest to kill a level 3 armored pig. The accumulation of the newcomer's village was also displayed. A group of men surrounded a huge, downed boar. The boar was defeated, and one of the group laughed loudly, expressing joy. Another said that they had reached the limit of their abilities. One of the fighters, holding a sword and a book, said confidently that thanks to Lin Mingyu's strategy, they were able to close the gap with beginner village number 9. He noted that the experience he had left behind was now protecting everyone. The guy offered to rest for 10 minutes before continuing his workout. The two girls were resting under a tree when one of them called Yu Qing's sister Yu Qing to join. However, she refused, saying that she would go to the level 1 monster area to earn points. The girl with pink hair noticed that there was something wrong with Yu Qing. She looked strange, and her behavior raised suspicion. The blue-haired girl sitting next to her confessed that her lover had died, and now she didn't know how to feel better again. Her friend was surprised, suggesting that Yu Qing might have sympathy for Lin Mingyu. She added that this was the first time she had seen Yu Qing blush for a man since their childhood. However, she admitted that this love was never able to develop. As she left, Yu Qing sank into her thoughts. She had always numbed the pain when fighting monsters and would not allow herself to relax. The girl, walking along the forest path, remembered that the guy had promised to return if the group reached level 5 in 2 days. But apparently it wasn't. Fate! A girl is walking through the forest with a book in her hands, thinking about her condition. She is sad because her feelings seem to be unanswered. Questions pop into her mind. Is a strong man destined to always fight alone? She wonders how things would have turned out if she could have stayed by his side, even at the cost of her life. Screen with the characteristics of village number 0 opens in front of her. Lin Mingyu had already reached level 8, while the others were far behind. The girl is stunned. His name flashes on the screen. She is in a panic and doesn't understand what is happening. A dark rift with scarlet flashes suddenly appears in the sky, like a crack in the very fabric of the world. Lin Mingyu and his companion see the rift and try to figure out what's going on. The hero realizes that this is not just a coincidence, but a sign of the arrival of someone from the main world. The girl next to her suddenly perks up and happily announces that it's her sister who has come for her. She formally introduces herself as Lin Mingyu, referring to herself as the second princess of the elves, Fu Li Lin M. Emerald. Her characteristics pop up on the screen, confirming her high intelligence and dexterity. She reveals that her sister Mi Lia is the strongest light elf in the country. The goblins used her as a hostage to intimidate her sister, but thanks to Lin Mingyu, their plan failed. However, Lin Mingyu doesn't share her optimism, warning that things may be much more complicated than they seem. Looking at the defeated goblins, Lin Mingyu ponders why they sent troops against the girl if her sister is so strong. He suspects that the enemies have a backup plan, and their actions are not as simple as they seem. Lin Mingyu comes to the conclusion that the elf girl's sister may be in danger. In the center of the palace, a golden-haired elf stands in the center of the palace, looking surprised at the destruction. It turns out to be Fu Liling S. Freya, a level 42 light elf with outstanding characteristics. Looking around the ruined palace, she asks in shock how it happened. There are signs of battle everywhere, and the guards have probably been slaughtered. Realizing the threat, Freya orders her bird to urgently find her sister Emerald. Freya realizes the threat and orders her bird to find her sister Emerald. But an armed goblin blocks her path and attacks the bird, knocking it out of the air. He smirks and declares that he is ready to reunite the two sisters. Suddenly, a bright purple glow flashes around Freya, and soon creepy skeletons with burning eyes begin to appear. She tenses, realizing that she is trapped. The violet energy stiffens her movements, and she falls to her knees, unable to move. Stunned, she realizes that all her power is gone. An evil laugh erupts from the shadows. The goblin standing before her declares that their tribe has been studying the bodies of elves for centuries and has finally found a curse that can break them. He scoffs, saying that even though it took a huge amount of spirit crystals to activate the curse, it was worth it. The goblin says with a manic smile that if he kills his victim, their clan will be rid of their strongest opponent. Moreover, the land enchantments associated with the elves' lives will disappear, giving them a decisive advantage. He gloatingly states that after that, all elves will be defenseless and crushed by his clan. Suddenly, a sword with magical energy pierced the air. Lin Mingyu appears at the very last moment and catches the weakened elf in her arms, saving her from imminent death. One of the goblins, realizing that someone has interfered, swings his massive flaming mace in fury. Lin Mingyu deftly dodges, retreating with the elf woman, while at the same time her sister prepares to defend herself. With a determined voice, the girl shouts out, "Elven barrier!" creating a protective dome of magical energy around herself. A wave of magical power throws the goblin back. He wonders in amazement where this adventurer came from. The goblin, infuriated by the interference, ponders how his subordinates could have let the man get this far if they couldn't even keep track of him. The princess warns Lin Mingyu that the barrier won't hold for long and asks her to think of a way out of the situation. Lin Mingyu asks the princess not to overestimate him, as the boss is stronger than him by leaps and bounds. He recalls that he died countless times in previous games before finally finishing the game at level 22. The princess cries out for what to do. Lin Mingyu admits with a smirk that he didn't say he couldn't handle the enemy. He declares that now that he has the blessing of the girl lying in his arms, he has the greatest support. The younger elf sister exclaimed happily when she saw her older sister. The eldest elfess was glad that her sister was all right, and the latter in turn admitted that she had escaped the goblins thanks to the adventurer. Lin Mingyu and the senior elfess looked at each other, and her cheeks flushed with a blush. The girl wondered in confusion why her heart raced when she looked at the adventurer, as if he was someone she knew well. She thanks him for saving her sister, but doubts if they've met before. Lin Mingyu realizes that she doesn't remember him, because according to the current timeline, their first meeting should be in this very dungeon. Freya had failed to find her younger sister in the past, after which she renounced everything that bound her to the elves and became a wandering knight of the endless continent. Lin Mingyu recalls how he had spent several months to casually meet her countless times, increasing his level of sympathy, and now he could finally take advantage of it. Lin Mingyu approaches Princess Freya, noting that although this is the first time they've met, he's heard of her remarkable feats. He explains that the situation is critical and asks to borrow her magic bow, which is rumored to be excellent against goblins. Freya, a little confused, agrees and calls for a bow. The glory of the moonlight bow has unique characteristics. It gives +20 strength, requires no arrows, but consumes 10% mana each time it is fired. If a goblin is 10 levels lower in level, it will be killed by a single hit. Lin Mingyu took the bow in his hands, and Freya worriedly asks if he can use it with his current level. Little sister confirms that this bow can only be used from level 40 onwards, unless the person is her contracted. The surprised girl begins to realize something, her eyes going wide. She is shocked by the sudden realization. Lin Mingyu explains that she is cursed and cannot move normally, and their current strength is not enough to win. He suggests the only way out is to make an elf contract with him. The younger sister panics and refuses, remembering that the contract requires trust and sympathy between the partners. She doesn't understand how such an alliance can be made when they have only just met. Her sister warns that if the contract doesn't work, Freya will lose the symbol of purity. However, despite her fears, Freya blushes and agrees to try it, much to her sister's surprise. To signify the contract, Lin Mingyu kisses Freya. The girl is shocked and closes her eyes against the bright light, exclaiming, "Wait, where's the light coming from?" The younger sister doesn't understand how they were able to contract this adventurer. Did the older sister fall in love at first sight? Junior started crying, pounding on the barrier. After all, it wasn't fair since she was the first one to meet Lin Mingyu. In the same second, the goblin struck the barrier with his mace, shattering it. The goblin confidently declares that their deaths will come today, and therefore it is not worth resisting. But here, Lin Mingyu doesn't understand what the goblin is talking about. At this moment, Lin Mingyu had already armed himself with the legendary bow with the blessing of the elf woman. The goblin is shocked. Is the young man holding a bow, glory of the lunar glow? He states that the adventurer won't be able to scare him, as he knows that a novice would never be able to master it since he has a small level. In that case, have Lin Mingyu shoot him. It can't be helped. Since the goblin himself craves death, Lin Mingyu will fulfill his wish by pulling the bowstring. At this moment, the goblin came to a shock. He didn't understand. How did that guy have an elven aura? With horror, he realized that he was going to be killed. Lin Mingyu, holding his bow, looks at his opponent and taunts him, asking where his confidence went. Goblin, realizing that the hero is not joking, in a panic decides to flee, realizing that otherwise he will not survive. As he runs away, he can't believe the elf princess made a contract with this man, but decides he still has a chance if you drain his magical power. Running outside, the goblin notices the strange silence and lack of guards, which makes him uneasy. However, he soon learns the reason. Lin Mingyu says he has already sent all the guards to hell, and now it's his turn. The young man, surrounded by green streams of energy, draws his bow and declares that the goblin has nowhere to run. The goblin is terrified. To call him a devil, realizing that his opponent is too strong. The system notifies the hero when he defeats the level 17 boss, the Black Iron Goblin Tompus, rewarding him with 27,500 experience. Level 9 and 10 level gain notifications appear on the screen, and the body of the defeated goblin collapsed to the ground. As a trophy, the hero receives a long goblin spear, which is silver level, and its characteristics give +193 to strength and 20% chance of critical hit. Lin Mingyu, examining the spear he had obtained, happily notices that a silver weapon has fallen to him. He realizes that this is a good replacement for his old weapon, and with these characteristics, his damage will increase significantly. Suddenly, a strange red crystal appears in front of him, surrounded by swirls of energy. Freya and Fu Ling run up and exclaim, asking Lin Mingyu about the nature of this mysterious object. He himself is puzzled by what is happening. A description of the found object appears in the system. It is a dark shard containing dark power. It has the ability to control space and time. Lin Mingyu assumes that the goblins used this shard to seal space. However, he is surprised by the fact that the goblins have such artifacts at all, which means someone is behind them. Freya realizes that she urgently needs to inform her father. At that moment, the sky above them begins to crack, as if the boundaries of space are collapsing. Lin Mingyu explains that when the owner of the shard dies, space returns to the main world. He realizes that everyone will soon go their separate ways. Fu Ling looks worriedly at his sister, realizing that their time together is coming to an end. The grateful elven women offer Lin Mingyu their best equipment in appreciation for his help. They don't know how else to thank him. However, Lin Mingyu refuses, explaining that these weapons are too high level and not suitable for him yet. He asks them to repay his help in the future, leaving the possibility of further cooperation. The Two elven women look at the protagonist with surprise. One of them, blushing, asks if this really means that they will meet again in the future. Lin Min-yu confidently replies that he won't just leave. He reminds them that the elf and his contracted elf are bound to love and protect each other forever, promising that he will be strong enough to protect her next time. Suddenly, the younger sister calls out to Lin Ming-yu, calling him brother. At this time, his body is already starting to dissolve in the teleportation light. Before disappearing, the elf girl rushes over to him and kisses him. Her sudden act takes Lin Ming-yu by surprise, but the moment is filled with sincere emotion. The elven woman suddenly pulls Lin Ming-yu to her side and kisses him, causing him to be visibly confused. At this moment, a system notification appears, informing him that they have entered into a spirit contract. The screen displays information about a new skill, Blessing of the Magical Spirit, which increases magical defense and gives a chance to avoid damage. The girl confesses that she doesn't have anything of value to thank Lin Min-yu, so she gives him this contract. Her sincerity is readable in her eyes. She promises to keep these feelings to herself and won't argue with her sister for Lin Min-yu's attention. Before leaving, she says she will wait for him in the sacred spirit land. Lin Ming-yu finds herself at the strange glowing tree, noting that these elves are really like little fairies. Suddenly, a notification of 5 unread messages appears in front of him, leaving him bewildered. He receives a system alert about a challenge to a battle between novice villages where the losing side will suffer serious losses. In the current rankings, the 9th village is already ahead of his village in points. Lin Ming-yu realizes that someone has taken this challenge in his absence. A large bird appears on the battlefield, and next to it is a girl with a sword, standing in front of a wounded ally. The battle is already in full swing. One of the combatants accuses his leader of making a rash decision to attack level 6 creatures. The red-haired man grits his teeth. He realizes that the point gap between their villages and the 9th village is getting too big, and there is no way to close it anymore. His ally, badly wounded, advises him to retreat while there is still a chance. Otherwise, if they lose, they will lose half their points and will not be able to escape. The red-haired warrior clenched his teeth, regretting what had happened, and said Lin Ming-yu's name, realizing that if he had been here, things would have turned out differently. He rushes at the enemy, covering the girl's retreat, calling her Mu Zi-ching and urging her to run away quickly. However, the girl swings her sword and strikes at the monster attacking her, declaring that she cannot abandon her comrades. In a panic, she realizes that they've run into a group of high-level players determined solely to kill, and they have no chance of survival. Despite the situation, she still believes that Lin Min-yu is alive, and deep down she hopes for his return. She convinces herself that if she has one chance to see him again, she'll do anything to score more points for him. At that moment, someone attacks a huge bird. The girl was surprised at what it was. The girl with compressed lips and a fierce look declares that she cannot afford to lose this battle. A powerful vortex of energy blows everything around, emitting a bright blue glow. One of the fighters watches. As a familiar figure appears in front of him, Lin Ming-yu confidently stands in front of the girl, saying that everything is in his hands now. She realizes in shock that he is still alive, and the other warrior screams his name, unable to believe her eyes. The bird realizes that the aura of elves emanates from the guy, and therefore decides to flee the battlefield. Lin Ming-yu notices that low-level monsters have a good intuition for danger. His spear charged with lightning. He says dismissively that level 6 is too low for him. A lightning discharge pierces the air, giving the enemy no chance to escape. A bright electric shock pierces the bird, dealing critical damage. The system confirms the killing of the 6th level monster, adding points to Lin Ming-yu village's asset. Yang Xiong is horrified to realize that Lin Ming-yu has dealt over 1,000 damage with a single strike. The other can't believe that such a thing is possible in the starting zone. He notices that Lin Ming-yu has already reached level 10, having gained a huge distance from the others. It would be almost impossible to catch up with him now. The girl lowers her head and apologizes to Lin Ming-yu, admitting her helplessness. Despite his strategies, she was unable to win. However, she recognizes that his power is the greatest, and the reduction in characteristics affects him the most. She vows to protect him even if she has to die. Lin Ming-yu reassures the other fighters, saying that they have done well as it is. Besides, the battle isn't over yet. Other competitors begin to panic as their camp is 700 points behind. They don't see how they can close the gap. At this moment, the system notifies Lin Ming-yu that the scoring in the secret spirit zone has been completed. He gets the opportunity to download them. Meanwhile, In Camp 9, a battle is underway against a giant ice bear. The monster is already exhausted and is preparing for the final blow. One of the opponents laughs that he was worried for nothing because of Lin Mingyu. One of his allies betrayed them and immediately defected to the other side. He thrilledly draws his sword over the ice bear, intending to finish the fight and glorify his mercenary group. The mercenary swings his sword with an intimidating look and strikes at the ice bear, but his attack proves to be completely useless, doing no damage. He is stunned to see the system announce the victory of the 0th new settlement. The 9th settlement has lost, and their participants will now face heavy fines. People from the 9th settlement are shocked. Not long ago, they had 4,100 points, but suddenly the gap has doubled, and they are sure there is some mistake. The participants are amazed that Lin Mingyu scored 31,273 points, single-handedly beating entire villages. They don't believe that a person can do something like that. Suddenly, the ice bear begins to growl loudly, which causes panic among the opponents. One of the fighters notices that the monster has regained its strength and is preparing to use a skill. However, they are unable to confront it after losing half of its characteristics. The bear activates a powerful attack, throwing several people back, and they scream in pain. One of the members of the 9th settlement finds himself in the clutches of the monster and screams for help in panic, not wanting to die. The leader of the 9th settlement is shocked by what is happening, not believing in the reality of what has happened. He realizes that this is a total defeat. At this time, the members of Settlement 0 begin to notice that their health is being restored. They realize that this is a reward for winning, and their stats have increased by 50%. The wounded man, barely hanging on, coughs, not understanding why he is still alive. He was sure he was bleeding and should die, but he was saved. Yang Xiong joyfully exclaims that they were saved by Lin Mingyu. The crowd of players thank Lin Mingyu, recognizing his heroism. One of them even calls him their eternal god, vowing to follow him anywhere. Lin Mingyu calmly replies that no thanks are needed. He notices that the black-haired girl and her ally arrived on time as promised and praises them for it. He then announces that since this is the situation, they should complete the new camp assignment together. His gaze is determined, and the team is enthusiastic. Time changed to night. The starry sky spreads over the stone houses, creating an atmosphere of tranquility after a stormy day. Lin Mingyu opens the door, looking slightly surprised. He seems to have returned to his accommodation, but feels that something is wrong. Shauna appears before him, dressed in a revealing maid's outfit. She's on her knees mopping the floor and doesn't even seem to notice him. Lin Mingyu's eyes widen in shock. He blushes as he realizes what he just saw. He wonders why reality is so different from his perceptions. The girl turns around, shrieking happily and calling him darling. She looks happy and not the least bit embarrassed by their meeting. Xiasha is stunned and surprised at how quickly he reached level 10. In response, Lin Mingyu proudly states that it's natural and not to underestimate him. Lin Mingyu is sitting in a room drinking tea when a girl hands him an adventurer's token. She congratulates him on obtaining the rank of Black Iron. He smiles as he holds the token and ponders the fact that it was issued by a guild employee named Xiasha. This token will allow him to take quests of the appropriate rank. However, he recalls that an exam is required to obtain this rank. Xiasha smiles jokingly, noting that there may be exceptions for friends. The girl blushes, embarrassed by the situation. She suddenly offers to take the exam right there in the room. Suddenly, she falls on the bed in a playful pose, hinting at her plan. Lin Mingyu grinningly agrees, saying that he will show her all the physical training of a level 10 adventurer. After the test, the girl breathes heavily and struggles to stay on her feet, confirming that he has indeed passed the exam. Later, she mutters something in pleasure, and Lin Mingyu watches her with a satisfied expression. Before he goes to sleep, he asks if she wants to go with him, since he is leaving the village tomorrow. Lying next to the girl, Lin Mingyu strokes her head affectionately, assuring her that being near her is his happiness. However, she is concerned that she will not be able to provide for her lover if she loses her job. Smiling, Lin Mingyu confidently says that making money is as easy for him as breathing. He promises that he will always take care of her now. The girl happily agrees and declares that from now on she will be his personal maid. They are both happy and enjoy the moment of intimacy. The next day, a large group of people gathered in the square, waiting for Lin Mingyu's arrival. They are in suspense and waiting for the new stage to begin. Suddenly, someone notices Lin Mingyu, and the crowd revives. Everyone is happy to see him, as he has become a legend to them. There are whispers of admiration for his aura. He is recognized as the first man of the village, and some even call him incredibly handsome. Moving closer, the girl informs Lin Mingyu that, as he ordered, all the players of the second level and above have been gathered. However, someone near them attracts attention. One of the fighters notices the stranger and rudely orders him to get out. His tone shows that he has no intention of tolerating weaklings. The stranger drops to his knees, in panic, begging for a second chance. He admits his mistake to Lin Mingyu and apologizes to his elder. The angry man is about to chase him away, but Lin Mingyu suddenly intervenes. He puts his hand on his shoulder with a smile and asks him to wait. The man is in a panic, blaming Lin Mingyu for all his troubles. Because of him, he was expelled from the squad and lost his protection, causing their group to nearly die. Now he wants to use the chaos to take revenge. Lin Mingyu recognizes him as the man who tried to frame him more than once. He scoffs at the fact that his enemy came to him without realizing the consequences. The people around them are amazed. When they hear that this man belongs to the Wild Hire Squad, they realize that he is a spy. The traitor tries to justify himself by claiming that he is being accused without evidence. However, his inner monologue betrays panic. He doesn't understand how Lin Mingyu knew the truth. He tries to appeal to others, saying that yes, he once clashed with Lin Mingyu, but now he's just being stigmatized. In desperation, he even asks for help. However, his words are useless. He is given a clear message. If Lin Mingyu says he is a traitor, then he is. Lin Mingyu coldly looks at the man who is desperately trying to save himself. He finds his excuses boring and meaningless. The traitor is horrified as he realizes his doom. In a last-ditch effort, he confesses his affiliation with the mercenaries, hoping that the threat of their vengeance will stop Lin Mingyu. However, Lin Mingyu is not going to give him a chance. He raises his sword with an icy gaze, calling him a dead man who continues to speak. Those who are watching this are amazed. Some admire his cruelty to his enemies, and some even think that Lin Mingyu looks incredibly cool at this moment, the moment the spy's head rolls on the ground. After killing the traitor, Yang Xiong approves of Lin Mingyu's act. He states that it was necessary for the common good. The scene changes, showing night deep in the forest. The guards at the gate forbid passage. Lin Mingyu shows the adventurer's emblem and demands to let him pass. He says that he is on a guild assignment. The guards are shocked when they see the emblem. They realize that this is a man of high rank. After a brief pause, one of the guards rejoices. He says that the Black and Iron adventurer has finally come to their rescue. They explain the situation. The road leading out of the village has been blocked by a strange fog, and many units are missing. The guard adds that every night there are frightening sounds coming from the forest. They no longer feel safe. Lin Mingyu enters an area covered in purple mist. The system notifies him that the difficulty of the dungeon has increased to hell level. One of his men is shivering from the cold. He says the atmosphere here is more like a demon's lair. Suddenly, a strange sound is heard. Everyone turns around in fear, and Lin Mingyu orders them to stay together. Lin Mingyu and his companions encounter a group of people in a thick purple fog. They are accompanied by the sound of bells, their silhouettes appearing ominous. One of the men emerges from the darkness and is overjoyed when he sees Lin Mingyu. He explains that they are guards of a trade caravan who have been unable to find a way out of this area for months. Lin Mingyu smilingly suggests them to come over so he can show them the way. His facial expression seems friendly, which inspires confidence in the strangers. One of the men exclaims delightedly, hoping that they are now saved. He looks at Lin Mingyu with hope. One of the mercenaries happily runs to Lin Mingyu, calling him a kind adventurer. His words are filled with gratitude and relief, but suddenly an electrical flash pierces his body, the man writhing in pain, not realizing what had happened. Lin Mingyu calmly observes the scene while clutching a lightning-shrouded blade in his hand. He declares that he will send them on their final journey. Lin Mingyu's comrades watch in horror at what has happened. One of them wonders why he got experience, since killing people shouldn't give points. The body of the slain man suddenly begins to be covered in a strange purple energy. Ominous figures emerge from the darkness, skeletal warriors on horseback. Their auras inspire fear, and statistics show that they have high combat power. The leader of the undead scornfully declares that the rookie adventurers cannot stand against the army of the late Lord Roland. His intimidating appearance inspires fear. The skeletons come to life, their parameters also impressive. The threat level increases dramatically. The players panic and notice that there are too many monsters. Someone shouts that Lin Mingyu is in danger. However, Yang Xiong stops the others, reminding them that Lin Mingyu doesn't need help. He believes that interfering will only get in the way. Despite this, some doubt whether Lin Mingyue will be able to handle such a huge army. The situation is escalating. Lin Mingyu realizes that the difficulty of the enemies is twice the standard parameters. He recognizes that this is indeed a difficult challenge. Nevertheless, he confidently rushes into battle, instantly destroying several opponents. His movements are lightning fast and his attacks are deadly. With a contemptuous smirk, he declares that his enemies are only good for giving him more experience. His self-confidence is off the charts. The players watching the fight are amazed by Lin Mingyu's power. They shout in admiration as they realize his superiority. Someone admits that they really shouldn't have tried to interfere in the fight. The difference in strength between them and Lin Mingyue seems colossal. At this point, the system notifies that his experience has reached its limit. Further development is impossible without a change of class. Lin Mingyu encounters an undead rider who is shocked that his great army unit has been destroyed by a single rookie. He can't believe what is happening. The rider warns not to rejoice too soon, as Lord Roland will not let this go unpunished. He then orders his men to retreat. Suddenly, his horse begins to behave abruptly inappropriately, throwing him to the ground, much to the surprise of the rider. The fallen knight furiously curses the horse for daring to rebel against his master, but there is nothing he can do about it. In a rage, the undead warhorse stomps the former rider with a swing, completely destroying him. Lin Mingyu notices that beasts that have undergone necromancy still retain some of their emotions and affections. This horse obviously hated its rider. He realizes that the horse has completely freed himself from his master's control and is now driven only by his own will. Lin Mingyu looks at the characteristics of the horse and wonders if he wants to lead him to his true enemy for revenge. He agrees that since that's the case, it's time to hit the road. His comrades watch from afar and realize that it's finally over. However, someone wonders if Lin Mingyu is leaving this place for good. One of the fighters suggests coming back, as the monsters outside the village are not their level. They decide to come here again when they reach level 10. At this moment, one of the fighters receives a message from Lin Mingyu asking for help, which causes him to be surprised. Lin Mingyu enters a ruined teleportation station, surrounded by a dark aura where traces of battles can be seen. In the distance, the mysterious man in black is surprised that someone has already passed his test. Faster than he expected, a man introduced as Roland Hayland, a level 22 necromancer, assesses Lin Mingyu's potential and recognizes his abilities. The necromancer proposes that Lin Mingyu join their ranks and become part of the great death mages. An interface appears offering a class change, but Lin Mingyu is outraged that innocent people were sacrificed for the trial. Roland laughs and states that they have become his power, and Lin Mingyu has now realized the power of necromancers. The hero mocks him, reminding him that their clan was nearly wiped out by the Church of Light and now has to go into hiding. He compares necromancers to rats lurking in the shadows with no honor or power. The angry necromancer accuses him of insulting the god of the dead and admits that he and Lin Mingyu are on opposite sides. He summons the level 18 undead fighters, ordering them to capture Lin Mingyu. Lin Mingyu prepares for battle. He deftly deflects the axe attack, but suddenly he is thrown back by the dark energy. Roland thinks the difference in levels decides everything and is going to turn Lin into his perfect puppet. Ominous magical constructs are lowered from the sky for the ritual of sacrifice. However, Lin Mingyu only chuckles as he realizes that this has already happened in his past life. Then he couldn't win, was captured and forced to suffer until level 35. Now he knows the truth. The key to victory lies in the secrets of the elven world. His speculation is confirmed by his memories of meeting the elven sisters. This time, he has the opportunity to change his fate, and he decisively activates a powerful artifact. The red crystal in his hands begins to glow, releasing dark energy. The system reports that he has activated a fragment of the power of darkness, granting control over space and time for 45 seconds. Lin Mingyu and the necromancer find themselves in a strange space. Roland is confused and asks what this place is, and what the protagonist has done. He also notices that his undead army has disappeared. Lin Mingyu explains with a smile that he sealed this space, leaving only the two of them here. All other objects are now illusory and cannot affect the fight. Roland becomes enraged when he realizes that his undead are no longer with him. Lin Mingyu, surrounded by electrical discharges, prepares to test what a necromancer can do without his army. The system confirms the killing of Roland, awarding Lin Mingyu 150,000 experience. However, his level is already maxed out, so the excess experience is temporarily saved. A soul stone appears on the ground, with hundreds of undead souls imprisoned inside. It is the source of Roland's power, but it is sealed with a special brand. Linny. Mingyu carefully examines the find and says that in ordinary hands, this artifact is useless. However, he himself had once risen to the level of an undead god. He begins to cast an ancient spell, changing the owner of the soul stone. The system confirms the successful change of ownership. The artifact is now under the control of Lin Ming. Yu, smiling, he states that a mere seal cannot resist the highest spell of necromancy. He then utters a command. Come out! The gate opens and the undead army is released, now subject to a new master, Lin Mingyu. Lin Mingyu smilingly realizes that he now has his own army of the dead, and he is completely satisfied with this result. Suddenly he hears a familiar voice, calling out to him, causing him to look up in surprise. Xiaxia suddenly throws herself into his arms, and the guy standing next to her watches the scene in shock. She excitedly asks if he's really going to take her away with him. Lin Mingyu confirms, but reminds him that the teleportation circle is destroyed, and as a member of the Adventurer Guild, the guy has to solve this problem. Yang Xiong confirms that it is within his power. He is surprised that Lin Mingyu sent him a private message to protect the girl, because now it's clear what kind of relationship they have. He then jokes that a true master can even tame NPCs. Lin Mingyu thanks him for his help, but he replies that it is an honor to help such a strong player. The guy then cautiously mentions a certain Mrs. Mu and asks if Lin Mingyu would like to see her again. Lin Mingyu coldly replies that he already has his place in this world and he can't live up to her expectations. He doesn't want to put her in danger because this world is too cruel. It turns out that all this time, that same girl had heard Lin Mingyu's words. She only shed a drop of tears as she left. Xiaxia happily called out to Lin Mingyu, informing him that the teleport circle had finally been restored. She waved as he chatted with another person. Lin Mingyu turned to Yang Xiong, warning him that there were dozens of cities in front of them, and each of them would affect his future profession. It would be difficult to change his choice, so he should think carefully. Yang Xiong realized the seriousness of the situation and nodded, bidding his friend farewell. Meanwhile, Lin Mingyu and his companion moved towards the portal, preparing for the transition. Just before leaving, Lin Mingyu took the girl's hand, saying, Xiaxia, let's hit the road. She smiled, showing that she was willing to follow him. Their new target was Hantan, a major city that promised new opportunities and challenges. As she entered the city, Xiaxia looked around admiringly, delighted by its grandeur and beauty. It was her first time in such a large metropolis. Lin Mingyu looked at her with a slight smile, but there was anxiety in his eyes as he realized that this idyll would not last long. He remembered how Hantan had become ruins in the past, when he had fled from the necromancer. Now he knew that the city was the headquarters of the Assassin Association. Once upon a time, he met a woman who became his mentor. She was the only surviving member of the Assassins Association and taught him the craft. Lin Mingyu recalls that his mentor only passed on basic skills to him as she was seriously injured. Despite this, the assassin's stealth attack remains one of the most powerful in all classes. After analyzing his combat experience and physical attributes, he comes to the conclusion that the assassin class is the best choice for him in this life. While exploring the city, Lin Mingyu decides to seize the moment and get more legacies before the game changes make it impossible. He finds himself in front of a mysterious establishment where he can do just that. Later, while enjoying a hot bath, he marvels at the comfort, comparing it to high-end hotels he has never been to. Paying 500 copper coins for such luxury turned out to be an excellent decision. Suddenly he hears the door open, and he is overcome. With alarm, someone is entering the room. Xiaxia enters the bathroom, wrapped in a towel, declaring with a smile that she is ready to help him bathe. Lin Mingyu is confused as he says her name. While he's trying to realize what's happening, she confidently approaches, offering to wash his back as if nothing strange is going on. The situation spirals out of control when she snuggles up to him, causing him a wave of embarrassment. Lin Mingyu realizes that her confidence is growing by the day. Feeling her softness and closeness, he mentally resents her, but physically cannot resist the situation. In the end, Lin Mingyu suggests that Xiaxia just take a good rest after a long day, hoping to avoid more embarrassing developments. Lin Mingyu stares in amazement at the girl who is acting too bold. She teases him, noting that he looks quite enthusiastic. In the city of Hantan, Lin Mingyu and his companion head towards the Adventurers Guild. The girl is happy to notice that the guild is short of people, hinting at the possibility of getting a job there. The girl decides to stay working at the guild while hugging Lin Mingyue. She confidently states that he can take it easy and go about his business in peace. The protagonist is surprised by her decision, as she could just enjoy her life at the inn. However, she firmly declares that she wants to be useful and help him in everything. Lin Minyu reminds her to take care of herself, promising to return as soon as possible. However, she assures him that the best gift for her is his safe return. After leaving the city, the protagonist gives his summoned skeletons orders to guard the girl. He warns that any enemies must be destroyed without hesitation. The skeletons confirm his order, calling him Master. They are ready to protect the girl from any threats. Upon approaching the Assassin Academy in Hantan, Lin Mingyu realizes that this is the only place on the continent where assassins are trained. This place was mentioned by an old acquaintance of his. He walks up to the front desk and tells the girl with pink hair that he's here to sign in. The secretary of the academy informs him with a smile that he is lucky, because today is the last day of admission. She asks him to fill out the documents because the entrance test starts immediately after the registration. Lin Mingyu is surprised to learn that registering for the academy is free, because in the past, he remembers that the Sword Academy charged 20 gold for it. The girl next to him says with astonishment that he is obviously a stranger, since he doesn't know such simple things. She reacts sharply upon seeing Lin Minyu, clearly nervous from his presence. Lin Minyu notices her strange behavior and ponders why she is so embarrassed. He remembers that in his past life, he had a younger sister who could charm men. He asks her directly what she means, to which the girl begins to explain the situation. The girl says that Hantan is a city located in the desert, where resources are extremely limited. Due to the difficult conditions, poor children often choose the path of an assassin after reaching level 10 in order to survive. Many of them are forced to take Assassin's Guild assignments for money, engaging in a dangerous and bloody life. The girl explains that the Assassin's Guild is funding their training, but demands total loyalty in return. However, there are those who live differently, the children of noble families who don't have to risk their lives. They get high positions in the Assassin's Guild right after graduation, unlike ordinary fighters. The female instructor urges everyone to calm down as she prepares to make an important announcement. She warns that the killing profession is incredibly dangerous, with an 82% mortality rate. Those who are ready to back out can leave right now. No one dares to leave, and she begins to explain the details of the entrance test. Candidates must enter a special dimension, pass tests, and make their first-class change. She emphasizes the importance of this test as the results will determine the level of their future profession. From the highest rank of Heavenly to the lowest rank of Yellow, the distribution will depend on their abilities. A classification system appears. Heavenly rank gives 100% enhancement, Earthly rank gives 50%, Mystic rank gives 10%, and Yellow rank gives 0%. This emphasizes the difference in potential between students. The woman explains that the higher their rank, the more potential they can develop in the future. In addition, the first 10 participants will receive additional awards from the academy. Suddenly, a voice interrupts her speech. Someone scornfully calls the participants filthy scum and demands to explain why they should be spoken to at all. Another aristocrat adds that the prizes are always taken by members of the 4 great families. They don't believe that any commoner can compete with them. A man with golden hair, dressed in an elegant suit, smiles smugly. His surroundings emphasize his status, and his companions are certain that he will be the one to take first place in this examination. Liao disdainfully tells the others to enter the portal sooner, complaining that even the air next to the poor participants seems stale to him. With a sigh, one of the contestants walks towards the portal, showing willingness to accept the challenge. The female organizer announces that the challenge has officially begun and wishes everyone good luck. There are indignant voices in the crowd, condemning the aristocrats for their arrogance. However, someone warns them not to get into trouble, since even the teachers don't interfere in their affairs. Lin Min Yu suddenly chuckles, much to the bewilderment of one of the contestants. She asks why he is laughing. He replies that he just remembered the opponents he got and realizes that their level is not that high. It's even a little disappointing for him. A system notification appears on the screen. The participants have officially entered Heritage Land. They have exactly 1 hour to complete the challenge. Lin Mingyu finds himself in a new location and hears someone's voice calling him to wake up. He finds himself at the top of a tower. Another participant is outraged that Lin Mingyu was able to fall asleep right during the test and asks if he has lost his memory. It is explained to him that their current goal is to kill the king of the Laughter Empire and take the recently found artifact from him. Today is their only chance to do so. Lin Mingyu realizes that this is a career change test, and his first task is to kill. He asks about the guard force, trying to gauge the difficulty of the mission. The partner reports that the king has 50 guards, each a level 12 swordsman, making them incredibly dangerous opponents. Lin Mingyu decides to study their patrols first to find a weak spot. Suddenly, however, he jumps down without waiting for the plan. His appearance attracts the attention of the guards, who immediately go on alert. Looking at them confidently, he declares that he has come for their king. The king laughs, thinking that Lin Mingyu is overestimating his strength. However, Lin Mingyu replies with a smirk that he is not alone here. A whole army of dead spirits appear around him, ready to attack. The king cries out in horror, shocked by what he has seen. He clearly did not expect this to happen. The king, realizing that his life is in danger, tries to negotiate. He offers to double the sum, and then raises the price to 1,000,000 gold pieces, begging for mercy. However, Lin Mingyu doesn't hesitate. He uses an attack filled with lightning, striking the king. He says that no amount of money will save his life. The body of the defeated king falls to the ground, and Lin Mingyu notes with a cold expression that even if he wanted to, he couldn't take it with him. His companion is amazed at what is happening, marveling at Lin Mingyu's strength. He notes that the latter is not only incredibly strong, but also remains steadfast in the face of the temptation of gold. Lin Mingyu notices that the loot box won't open. It is somehow sealed and the system prohibits its storage. His partner advises them to ignore the secret treasure for now. He suggests that they should run away soon, as they may soon be discovered. A notification appears on the system screen. Lin Mingyu has successfully passed the first level of the Dark Assassins Before Dawn challenge. He now moves to the second level of Rest in the Abyss. Meanwhile, outside, the teacher announces that the first level of the test is about to close. She orders the squad to be prepared. There is chaos around the portal, some screaming in pain, others lying motionless. One of the observers realizes in shock that one of the participants has actually died. People carry out the wounded, and a woman with red hair says she warned them. This path leads to death, and the threat of death will accompany them always. She reminds them that from the moment they chose to enter the heritage site, the fight for life began. She congratulates all the survivors, saying that although they didn't make it past the first level, they managed to survive to the end and are now yellow assassins. She then informs them that they will be assigned to a regular class and introduces them to their new mentor. The girl in the short top reports with surprise that the list is ready, but there are 3 students among the students who were not taken out of the first level of the secret world. This causes the instructor to be very surprised. The woman is stunned by what she hears. Usually only 1 regular student in a few years passes, but this time 3 at once. She calls it an unprecedented case. However, he then adds that this might not be such a good thing for these students. The second level is dangerous, as they will have to escape from the lower city of the Lafuta Empire while surrounded by thousands of soldiers. Another girl confirms that the 4 great families have found a complicated escape route, but it is kept secret. Only the chosen ones can use it and overcome all obstacles. She asks if the Lafut Empire even exists, since there is no mention of it in the books. The woman with the red hair doubts its real existence, believing it is just an artificially created space in a heritage site. Despite her doubts, she hopes the 3 students who have passed can survive. In the lower city of Lafut, Imperial guards have been ordered to conduct a thorough search, leaving no corner untouched. Panic and tension grows among the soldiers. Lin Mingyu and his companions are trapped. The city gates have already closed. Now a lot of soldiers have been mobilized to catch them, and they urgently need to figure out how to get out. The protagonist realizes that a direct breakthrough through an army of hundreds of thousands of soldiers will be impossible. If they try, the time allotted for escape will be insufficient. In his hands, he finds himself holding a map of the lower city of Lafut, possibly providing clues to finding an alternate escape route. Lin Mingyu hurries her companion, demanding that he gather the necessary things faster and not to be delayed. In such a situation, every second could decide their fate. His partner, however, shows a lack of understanding. The trophies are valuable to him, not just the escape. He sees their discovery as a chance to be rewarded. The protagonist ponders the name of the town of Lafuta, feeling that he has heard the name somewhere before. Thinking back to his past life, Lin Mingyu realizes that he once found an ancient diary at the bottom of a dried-up lake after the destruction of Hantan City. The pages of the diary were filled with Latin lines describing a mysterious tragedy involving Lafuta. Now he realizes, Perhaps this whole world is not just an illusion of a secret dimension, but an echo of the real story. Perhaps this very diary holds the key to their salvation. Lin Mingyu analyzes a text from a diary that says, "Luxury hides sins and souls suffer in the depths of the earth." He asks his companion if he has thoughts about the underground. A partner gets inspired and suggests digging an underground passage or sneaking into the sewers. The protagonist realizes that such places are now being scrutinized. However, he notices that due to the redistribution of forces, one place, on the contrary, has been left unguarded. This place is a dungeon. Lin Mingyu decides to take this chance. The group does make it into the dungeon, almost without guards. The partner is surprised by Lin Mingyu's insight. They find themselves in a long corridor with prison cells. The partner is worried because if they are caught, it will be a death trap. The silhouette of a creature with burning eyes can be seen in one of the cages. The partner is horrified as he tries to realize who is in front of him, realizing that something creepy is in front of him. His partner falls backwards in panic, shouting that it's a ghost. Lin Mingyu carefully examines the prisoners and realizes that they are all members of the mermaid race. He wonders why the Lafuta Empire is keeping them here. A mermaid in chains appears in front of him. The sight of her raises many questions in Lin Mingyu's mind about the fate of these creatures. The chained Aquana girl looks at Lin Mingyu with defiance, declaring that she would rather die than give away the location of the secret treasure. Mingyu replies firmly that cowards attack women, and if anyone wants a fight, let them go to him. He wondered if the girl was talking about the very treasure he had taken away last night. Could it be the very reason the Akvans had been captured? If that was indeed the case, the Aquanians might be his best allies in this place. There is a clinking of chains. Lin Mingyu releases the captive, breaking the shackles. Suddenly, the freed girl falls into Lin Mingyu's arms, looking at him, stunned. The crowd of Akwans, now free, looks at Lin Mingyu with suspicion, and one of them asks why he released them. Lin Mingyu confidently states that they have a common enemy, the Lafut Empire, and his act is proof of that. When the captives see the emperor's severed head, they are overcome with shock, but then they realize that their bloodiest enemy is finally dead. An elder of the Akwans, introducing himself as Durno, thanks Lin Mingyu for saving his people and calls him the great benefactor of their race. A nation of mermaids lived in the northern straits of Lafut, guarding a powerful artifact with limitless power for generations. However, the Lafutian Empire learned of this secret and captured them by poisoning the water, torturing them severely. For the sake of obtaining the artifact, Lin Mingyu shows the captive an object, asking if it is the treasure they were talking about. The mermaid elder is shocked to feel the power emanating from him, not realizing how he ended up in the hands of a human. Lin Mingyu explains that he killed the emperor and took the item from him, causing them to now be hunted by the entire empire. He suggests using the power of the artifact to escape, but the old man is hesitant as he himself is too weak to unlock its potential. When the artifact is unlocked, it turns out to be a tide crystal containing a particle of a light source and granting the power to control water. Lin Mingyu notices that this crystal is similar in structure to his dark source, only different in color. The elder turns to the goddess of the sea, asking her to guide them and show them the way to salvation. The artifact reacts, creating a powerful water stream that can open a path of escape for them. Lin Mingyu's partner panics and reports that they have been discovered. He shouts that the enemies are on their way and they urgently need to leave. The elder figures out that the dungeon is connected to an outside water source. Using water control, magic, he creates a passageway that can help get out. He insists that Lin Mingyu and the others leave immediately, stating that their clan will cover the retreat. Even at the cost of their own lives, they will ensure that they have enough time to escape. Lin Mingyu silently looks at the people gathered, realizing the seriousness of the situation. There are children, women, and old people among them. He decides that the children and women should leave first while he stays to fight. The boy accompanying him admires his determination and declares that he will stay with him. A man appears on the road, claiming to be the heir to the throne. He calls Lin Mingyu the murderer of his father and demands his immediate execution. Lin Mingyu grinned, wondering if this new emperor had come to thank him for accelerating his ascension to the throne, or is he here to follow his father, the Ha? Enraged mini-emperor accuses Lin Mingyu of killing his cronies and declares that he has an army of tens of thousands of men. He intends to crush the enemy in numbers. He gives the order to destroy Lin Mingyu and his allies, leaving them no chance. The girl from the Fishman clan begs her grandfather to leave, but the elder remains calm. He doesn't seem to have any intention of leaving the battlefield. The old man is surprised to realize that the water source does not connect to the outside world, but is merely a sealed underground reservoir. He is perplexed as to why the rulers of Laft left such an obvious miscalculation in the prison. Clara looks at the old man fearfully, not understanding where he is going with this. He asks her if she knows the real reason why their people have been so stubborn in defending the secret of the tidal soul crystal. The clue turns out to be frightening. In addition to the fact that the artifact can only be used by members of their race, there is another forced method of activation. This method requires a blood sacrifice, in which the souls of the fish people become fuel for the crystal. If the tidal soul crystal falls into the hands of ill-wishers, the entire race of fish people will be threatened with annihilation. They would be used as a consumable resource, and other branches of their people would also be at risk. Now that the location of the artifact has been revealed, the fish people can no longer protect it. The only one who can be trusted with this power is Lin Mingyu, and the old man offers him two options. If the hero chooses the path of self-sacrifice, the old man is ready to destroy everyone here so that the tidal soul crystal will forever remain in the abyss. They may not know into whose hands it will eventually fall, but at least this way they will delay the death of their people. However, Lin Mingyue has already made a choice. He is not acting out of self-interest, but is guided by his sense of justice, which gives the old man hope. Such a person is trustworthy, and the power of the fish people should belong to him. Clara is shocked at what the old man is about to do. Her voice trembling, she asks him in fear about his intentions. Meanwhile, the battle continues, and Lin Mingyu realizes that the enemies are advancing in an endless wave. His magical energy is running low, and the undead armies are already hard to hold back. The situation becomes critical, but the fish people are still procrastinating. Lin Mingyu shouts to them in annoyance, demanding them to leave immediately while there is still a chance of rescue. An old man from the Fishman race decides to send Lin Mingyu away, asking him to take care of his granddaughter. Armed warriors stand beside him, ready for battle. Lin Mingyue is dumbfounded by his words and anxiously interjects, not believing what is happening. The old man raises his staff and loudly calls for all the fishfolk warriors to follow him. He urges them to give their lives in the name of the sea goddess. Clara pulls her hand forward in terror, calling out to her grandfather in desperation, realizing his intentions. The system confirms that the tidal soul crystal contains a fragment of the power of light. It requires fish blood or sacrificial blood to use. Powerful water magic encompasses the girl, creating a devastating maelstrom that stuns those around her. The girl watches in amazement as the magic energy of the douche crystal activates at 18% lint. Mingyu tensely feels the trembling under his feet. He wonders aloud if the earthquake has started. A huge wave of blue magical energy cuts through the stone floor, shattering it into pieces. Everyone around them tries to take cover from the destructive force. Waves of magical water burst forth, enveloping the entire city like a heavenly rain of energy, turning everything into chaos. Lin Mingyu was underwater. Now he would be the end. But suddenly Clara moved closer to him and pressed her lips to his, giving her first kiss, well enough to give him her breath. During the deep kiss, the system's prompts sounded. Mermaid girl Klako's affection for you has increased to 50. Klako shares her first milk with you. You have obtained the Holy Sea bloodline and gained a basic skill, water breathing. You and Siren Klako now share character information. Soon after, I was rescued by Klako and brought to the shore. I was delirious and lying in her arms, blushing as I looked at the mermaid. When I regained some clarity, I realized I couldn't recognize my surroundings. Klako tried to explain. Yes, this is what the Lavda Empire looks like now. The Lavda Empire. Before me had turned into an ocean. I recalled a fable. The god's wrath brought forth boundless waves, and all life was silenced, sinking into the abyss. So this was the meaning behind the fable. No wonder this land would eventually be forgotten by history. At that moment, a young mermaid came running towards me holding a bouquet of flowers. She cheerfully said, "Big brother, thank you for saving us. Here, flowers for you." Watching the little mermaid happily leave, she gratefully said, "Lin Mingyu, because of your courageous actions, our clan was able to retain the last hope, and everyone is deeply thankful to you." I shyly replied, "It's nothing. I was just saving myself." At this moment, Klako shyly said, "Lin Mingyu, you're such a kind person. As you've seen, our clan no longer has the ability to protect the vast sea soul crystal. You are the one we all agreed to entrust it to." She then took out the box and handed it to me, gently saying, Don't forget, you now possess mermaid blood and can use its power. I will stay by your side until I've passed on all the secret techniques to you." She gazed at me with deep affection. "So will you accept this power?" Just then, a student approached and stopped me. "This is absolutely not advisable, big brother." Interrupted at a critical moment, I angrily asked, "How are you still alive? Why?" "Didn't you die?" He leaned in and whispered, "If we don't take the treasure, we can just consider the task of failure. But if we hide it, it's considered betraying the organization, and the consequences will be dire. We'll be hunted down to the ends of the earth." His face turned grim, and he said fiercely, "Unless we pretend to accept it, then hand it over to the organization afterward. How about that?" At that moment, the system prompt appeared again. "You have passed the second level, resting souls in the abyss. Hidden objectives have been completed. The third level will change. The inheritance realm will generate different task objectives based on your choices." This prompt made me fall into deep contemplation. It seemed that my decision here would influence my final career inheritance. Then, I understood without the mermaid clan sacrifice, I wouldn't have survived. So both out of emotion and reason, I had to take on this responsibility. As for the organization, if they dare to hunt me, then I'll give them a path to death. Outside the secret realm, teach her and address the students. "Classmates, although you were just yellow-tier assassins and assigned to my regular class, don't ever stop striving. Lin Mingyu, Ji Huanyin, and Tang Wenjia, who were born commoners, have passed the first level of the secret realm thanks to their own efforts. This shows that no matter your background, you can always make a comeback. Today's class division is not your end. There will be second and even third advancements. The future is unwritten, so never give up on yourselves." Listening to Teacher Anne's encouraging words, the students were all excited as if seeing hope. At this point, Zhang Feiyu clapped and said, "Teacher Anne is right. The second level of the secret realm is about to close. So let's all pray that these 3 students can return safely." Just then, the disciples from the aristocratic families also returned. Zhang Feiyu, looking startled, asked, "Just you few have come back?" Upon hearing this, the aristocratic students teased, "Teacher, what do you mean by that? Who else could it be except us? Who else?" Of course, it's young Master Lu. He must have been impressed by young Master Lu's strength. Look at the shocked looks on the teachers' faces. They didn't expect young Master Lu to pass the second test. As soon as they finished speaking, a commoner student couldn't help but laugh, which was overheard by the aristocratic students. Their faces instantly changed. The aristocratic students looked at the commoner who had laughed and angrily shouted, "You lowly peasant, what are you laughing at?" The commoner student was equally disdainful, sneering, "Your so-called self-respect is nothing but stepping on us commoners." Yet 3 of us, the so-called lowly people, passed the second round and reached heights you could never touch. Your pathetic performances, full of self-importance, are nothing but a joke. To maintain the prestige of the noble families, one of the aristocratic disciples angrily swung a punch, shouting, "Nonsense! How dare you insult the 4 great families with such absurd lies? You're asking for death." At that moment, a chain shot out, restraining his hand. A cold voice followed, "How dare you strike my student?" It was Teacher In, who had restrained the noble disciple's hand and confirmed the commenter's words. The noble disciples were furious, demanding, "What did you say? Say that again. Don't think we won't do anything just because you're a teacher." Teacher and was unfazed and responded with sharp words. "You, the noble descendants, have enjoyed the best resources since childhood. You should have trained diligently to become models of the Assassin's Guild. Instead, you've become arrogant and complacent, overtaken by commoners with no support. You even celebrate being low-level assassins. Now you've become a laughingstock. This is self-inflicted humiliation." The noble disciples were infuriated, unable to accept that commoners could be on par with them. Right? Even if those 3 lucky ones pass the second round, so what? Without preparation, they'll never survive the third round. They laughed loudly. Exactly. They're already as good as dead. Dead men aren't even yellow-level assassins. How can they compare to us, the 2? Teachers were speechless in response to their words. Teacher and calmly said, "You are truly hopeless." But indeed, the third round involves carrying a secret treasure, crossing the blue swamp, and delivering the treasure to the organization. It's extremely dangerous. Meanwhile, deep within the blue swamp in the organization's headquarters, the leader of the assassins angrily shouted, "Damn it, Lin Mingyu, the traitor. I didn't expect him to be so crafty. We've sent 5 batches of killers, and they've all gone missing. We don't even know where he is now." He then turned to the assassin seated next to him, asking, "Do any of you have a good plan?" A man wearing a hat spoke up. "Master, I dare to ask. Lin Mingyu is only level 10. Even if we let him go, what trouble could he cause? The organization is making such a big deal of this. Won't it end up being a waste?" The leader immediately rejected his suggestion, coldly stating, "Lin Mingyu must die. What he holds in his hands is crucial to our organization." The man in the hat then murmured, "I've heard that Lin Mingyu is arrogant and vengeful. Now that the organization is hunting him, he must have a desire for revenge. If I were him, I would definitely be nearby, trying to make a move in the shadows. Could we use that to our advantage?" His words gained support from the group. "Makes sense. You're quite the strategist." The leader issued an order. "Elders and below, lead teams to the various checkpoints. Leave no corner unchecked, and make sure to capture him." Everyone stood up and swiftly took their orders. As the man in the hat was about to leave, the leader called him back. "Wait, you did well today. Speak. What reward do you want? The organization won't shortchange you." The man smiled faintly and closed the door. He removed his hat, revealing a cold expression. "I've already infiltrated the assassin headquarters. I don't need a reward, but I am very interested in your organization's highest secrets." The assassin leader was shocked. "Your ET on me?" He then burst into laughter. "Ha ha ha, I can't decide if you're arrogant or just foolish. You've gone to all this trouble to get rid of my subordinates, just to challenge the organization's strongest force?" I leaned back, a look of disdain on my face, and said, "What else? With your current abilities, you're like a fish in a barrel to me. What I'm more afraid of are the subordinates outside, so I won't let any of you leave alive." At that moment, a green-clad assassin spoke up to the leader. "Leader, this guy is too arrogant. Could it be that the wine he gave us was poisoned?" Popper's leader's expression darkened and he sneered. "He probably doesn't know that I'm a level 30 second-tier venomous Fong assassin. No poison can escape my detection. How could a level 10 rookie like him mix something I can't even taste?" Hearing this, the other assassins were filled with confidence. "The leader has spoken. This guy is just bluffing. Hand over the treasure and I'll give you a quick death. Pretending to poison us, trying to use that to control us. Ha ha, nice performance. But your plan is doomed." I couldn't help but admire them for guessing I'd make a move with the wine. "Since you figured it out, let me show you my harvest before you die." I summoned the vast sea soul crystal. The leader instantly recognized it as the treasure he had been searching for. This item was called the vast sea soul crystal, and it seemed to contain the power of the sea. When I passed through the cyan swamp, I learned a few techniques. Any liquid I touched could be manipulated freely within 10 minutes. I gripped it tightly and activated the crystal's ability to control the liquid. The assassins began coughing violently. Soon, one of them spat out a large volume of water. He collapsed to the ground, suffocated as his head was enveloped in water. The leader's face changed in horror, realizing the situation was dire, and he tried to retreat, but it was too late. All the assassins had fallen victim. I sat coldly in the chair, my eyes like daggers. "None of you will leave here alive." I summoned my undead army and walked up to the assassin leader, sneering. "Do you know why you're still alive? Because you haven't told me what secret the treasure holds." The leader, in despair, whispered, "Kill me. Even if I tell you, I have no way out." I gave a contemptuous smile. "Who said I want to kill you? There are far worse things in this world than death, like the agony of suffocation, the despair of being on the brink of death," I said with a wicked grin. "Don't worry. There's plenty of time. I don't mind letting you experience it all." The assassin leader, intimidated by my presence, finally spoke. 3 months ago, the organization received a commission to find the treasure. I thought it was just a regular mission and had my subordinates handle it casually. But when you escaped with the treasure and the commissioner came looking for us, that's when I realized I had provoked a force beyond imagination. I immediately asked, "Who are they?" At that moment, the leader suddenly disappeared. When I turned around, he reappeared in the same spot. Only this time, the assassin leader was dead. I immediately became alert, thinking, "Is there someone else in this room?" Then it hit me. Wait a second. The leader vanished and then reappeared in the same spot. Looking at it closely, this was the process of sealing and releasing space. It's the exact same method I used to deal with Necromancer Roland back in the beginner's village. Dark Essence Fragment. I suddenly realized the assassin must have had a Dark Essence Fragment. He must have made the move outside the room. Unfortunately, the assassin has likely fled, and there's no way to trace him now. However, his haste to silence me clearly has something to do with that mysterious force the leader mentioned. This dark essence fragment eventually made its way into my hands, through the elven secret domain, which means the goblin's despicable plot against the elven race also has ties to that mysterious force. I never imagined that this force, which spans across time and has always existed in the endless continent, would be completely unknown to me. But from their actions against the mermen and elves, I can tell they are no saints. I've finally found a place to belong in the endless continent, and I will not let anyone disrupt this peace. Once I leave the Heritage Secret Realm, I will investigate this force thoroughly. At that moment, the system prompt appeared again. Current level 3. The Betrayers in the Sands remaining time 15 minutes and 15 seconds. I decided to quickly finish everything in the secret realm and go out to investigate the true nature of this mysterious force. As I exited the council hall, a large group of assassins had already gathered outside. Ariba, leader dressed in yellow, hadn't recognized me yet and reported, "Master, you arrived just in time. The organization's members have gathered and are ready to set off and capture the traitor Lin Mingyu." Suddenly, he noticed with horror that I was Lin Mingyu. I calmly admitted, "Yes, I'm the one you're looking for, the traitor Lin Mingyu." Seeing that I was the only one who appeared, the assassins questioned, "Lin Mingyu, how did you appear here? Where are the leader and the elders?" As figures appeared behind me, I spread my hands and said indifferently, "Don't rush, you see. They've all come out, neat and orderly." The assassins couldn't believe their eyes. "What? The leader and the elders, they're all dead?" Lin Mingyu, "Did you do this?" "No. It's impossible. How could you, just one person, do all this?" I replied coldly. "Of course, because I acquired the treasure." In the face of the power of the treasure, even the organization's strongest forces are simply no match. Do you want revenge? I'll give you this opportunity, but let me remind you, your life is yours, but the credit belongs to the organization. The assassins were stunned by my words, their faces filled with terror as they stared at me. "Looks like you've all figured out the situation," I said coldly. "I, Lin Mingyu, am not a bloodthirsty person. As long as you leave the organization and the Jilin Swamp immediately, I can spare your lives. I'll give you 3 minutes. After that, anyone still here will have no mercy." The assassins were terrified and fled in a panic. I watched them run with a smug look on my face. Yeah, a bunch of useless fools. If you all came at me together, how could I have beaten you? What is empty threats? That was the real deal. As I sat on the stone steps resting, the male student and Croca hurried over. The male student was in awe. "Big brother, you're amazing." He immediately rushed toward me. "We were hiding outside, saw everyone running out, so we came in to have a look. Didn't expect you to break the entire organization by yourself. You're so cool. You've totally impressed my old baby. Come here. Give me a hug." I immediately controlled the liquid inside him and shut him up. This guy is so annoying. Croca came over and exclaimed, "No wonder you worked day and night to master all the water magic I taught you in such a short time. So it was all part of your plan? Such insight and determination. I've never seen anything like it. Giving you the Hanhai Soul Crystal was the right decision." Her face flushed with excitement. "Now no one will covet the Hanhai Soul Crystal for a while. I hope you live a peaceful life." Then she thought for a moment. "If only you were a merman, then I could have 100 little mermen with you." I interrupted her daydreaming seriously. "The danger is not over." I looked at them, my voice low. "The real force that wants the Hanhai Soul Crystal is far more powerful than the organization. They hide in the shadows of the world and won't easily expose themselves. I believe they will soon use other forces to strike at us again." Hearing this, the male student turned pale with shock. "Then we have to leave quickly. Big brother, where do we go next?" At that moment, a system prompt appeared. "You have passed level 3 Betrayers in the Sands and will soon gain the class Heavenly Assassin. Countdown, 30 seconds. After the countdown ends, you will leave the Legacy Realm." Looking at the system prompt, I was dissatisfied. Heavenly Assassin? I completed the special hidden task, yet I still get a regular class? That's too stingy. I suddenly said something confusing to the male student. "You asked where we should escape to next, right? If you want to know, how about giving me a more sincere reward? Like the owner of the Legacy Secret Realm?" The male student and Kraka both looked shocked. Then, the male student's eyes darkened slightly, and he showed a mysterious smile. The system displayed, "You have passed level 3, Betrayers in the Sands, and will soon gain the class Heavenly Assassin. Countdown, 1 second. After the countdown ends, you will leave the Legacy Realm." On the other side, the children of the noble families were also being transported out, surrounded by red energy. He laughed arrogantly. Ha! I'm a heavenly level assassin. I'm number 1. You bunch of lowlifes, if you kneel before me now, I'll give you a chance to follow me. Ha! But as he looked at the other students, he noticed their expressions weren't what he expected. What are you all looking at? Aren't you supposed to be going crazy? I'm a heavenly level assassin. At that moment, a fat guy pointed behind him. Young Master Liu, you might want to look behind you. He turned around and saw 2 commoners who, like him, were also heavenly level assassins. His eyes widened in shock. This? How is this possible? These 2 commoners, they can't also be heavenly level assassins, can they? A noble family member tried to calm him down. Young Master Liu, let's just keep a low profile for now. Today our noble families have lost all dignity. Hearing this, Liu was enraged and slapped the person. Get lost. It's your face that's been disgraced, not mine. Then he turned to the teacher and said, these 2 commoners may have entered the 3rd stage like me, but their injuries are clearly much worse than mine. According to the exam rules, I'm still number 1. Isn't that right, Teacher Zhang? Teacher. Zhang looked helpless while Teacher Yin couldn't help but laugh. Who gave you the confidence to claim you're number 1? A commoner named Lin Mingyu hasn't come out yet. At that moment, the girl who had been with me asked the teacher, is that Lin Mingyu the same guy who signed up last with me? Teacher Yin looked at the form and confirmed, yes, you too were the last to sign up on the registration sheet. The girl was ecstatic. Great, he's still alive. Why do I care so much about his safety when we only met once? Hearing this, Liu said to Teacher Yin, but that kid, even if he passed the 3rd stage, should have come out at the same time as me. The girl retorted, didn't you hear the teacher mention the hidden tier? Lin Mingyu must have entered the hidden stage. Liu scoffed. What a joke. Him? How is that possible? Besides, the hidden stage is just a legend. No one's ever seen it. With a smug grin, Liu continued, Teacher Zhang, I bet Lin Mingyu is probably dead by now, ground into dust, so there's no body to bring out. We should close the legacy realm now and end this absurd farce. At that moment, the girl shouted in opposition, no, don't think I don't know your dirty little schemes. You noble families can't stand seeing commoners stronger than you. If you close the legacy realm now, Yi Timing's efforts will be for nothing. The girl pointed at Liu. I'm willing to put up my ranking reward and bet with you that Lin Mingyu will return victorious. Are you brave enough to take me on? Another commoner yelled, count me in. This is my entire savings, 10 gold coins. Hearing this, other commoner students glared at Liu, their eyes filled with anger. We all believe in Lin Mingyu. The fate of our lower class is decided by him, not by you arrogant, immoral nobles. Even if we lose, we'll accept it, but we can't stand the looks on your faces. Liu, filled with anger, said, all right, fine. Since that's the case, we children of noble families will also wager our ranking rewards. I accept this bet, and will wait here for an hour. I want to personally witness how you, trying to challenge the higher-ups, will be defeated utterly. The girl turned to look at the teleportation array, sighed, and silently prayed, Lin Mingyu, please come back safe. On the other side, after I saw through the male student's disguise, I removed it, and she turned out to be a seductive beauty. I smiled and said, my name is Ji Shiruiwei. I created the legacy realm in my past life, and after death, my soul was sealed here. I'm curious, how did you figure it out? I replied, I've seen traces of the Rafter Empire elsewhere, so it wasn't hard to deduce that the so-called legacy realm is actually a forgotten piece of history. Everything in this realm, the people and things, are created based on the memories of the original parties. What I've experienced here is the path of the memory's owner from back then. Gradually, a doubt arose in my mind. In such a dangerous situation, why would the memory's owner allow such a greedy, frivolous, and untrustworthy teammate to stay by their side? If I were him, I would have dealt with the teammate right away to eliminate the threat. So I had a bold guess. From the start, there were never any teammates. The memory's owner, the creator of the legacy realm, accomplished everything. Alone. So who is this teammate who shouldn't exist, always watching you? The answer is obvious, isn't it? At this point, Clake appeared behind Ji Shiriwei, and it turned out they had known each other for a long time. Clake mischievously said, Sister Yu, it's your acting that's too bad. You gave yourself away. Ji Shiriwei teased back, Clake, you're no better yourself. Clake was surprised, thinking she had disguised herself well, not realizing she had been exposed. I suddenly blushed, remembering the deep kiss. If I'm not mistaken, you should be a living mermaid. After all, how could someone created from memory give me mermaid blood? G. Sherry West stood up and patted Clake on the head, saying, It's true, nothing escapes your eyes. Clake is indeed a real person. Mermaids live much longer than I do. She's always worried about me, a soul in the legacy realm, being bored. So she often enters the realm to keep me company, and also to play the role of Clake from the memories. You could say it's a true-to-life performance. She then turned to me and said, "Lin Ming Yu, your performance truly exceeded my expectations. As the final test, please think carefully. Where did we go all those years ago? Restore this piece of history and lead us to the end of this journey." Just as she finished speaking, a system notification appeared. Class, Heavenly Level Assassin. Cancelled. Level 3, Betrayers in the Sands. Updated. Special task target. No deadline. I smiled confidently and turned to leave. Let's go. I already have the answer in my heart. The rare journey passed by in the blink of an eye. We crossed dense forests, climbed snow-capped mountains, and traversed vast deserts. Finally, I brought them to the edge of the wind and sand, where a small pool of water appeared in the desert. I waved my hand casually, and the Han-Hai Soul Crystal appeared in my palm. Watching Clake swimming in the water, I whispered, "Who would have thought that someone would hide the Han-Hai Soul Crystal, a symbol of the power of water, in the depths of this vast desert?" Upon hearing this, Ji Shiriwei said, "Clake, you go ahead. I have something to say to Lin Ming Yu." Ji Shiriwei smiled at me, saying, "It seems you've figured it out. The Legacy Realm records that this is the origin of Cold Pool City." Ji Shiriwei recalled the past. Once, wandering travelers gathered here because of the water source. Over time, it became bustling. In the years that followed, I adopted 4 orphans and taught them some skills. They were the ones who created the Assassin Alliance. However, I am fully aware that the force coveting the Han-Hai Soul Crystal will never give up. Sooner or later, this place will be discovered by them. That's why I created the Legacy Realm, to find the successor of the Han-Hai Soul Crystal. She then said to me, "You might think that the difficulty of the Legacy Realm is too much for a level 10 newcomer. After all, when I went through this, I was already at level 30. But you must understand, that force will only grow stronger over time. Therefore, the successor I accept must be someone far beyond my own abilities." Hundreds of years have passed in the blink of an eye, and Cold Pool City is now a place full of hidden dangers. Clearly, that force has already set its sights on this place, and my time is running out. Thankfully, before everything becomes irreversible, I finally waited for you. Ji Shiriwei grabbed my hand and asked one last time, "Are you truly willing to inherit the power of the Han-Hai Soul Crystal? After all, the price of accepting it is being pulled into a conflict with that force, and you'll face dangers far greater than anything in the Legacy Realm. You could stay out of it all, and with your potential, you might safely reach the peak of the Endless Continent." I smiled slightly and replied, "When Miss Clake asked me earlier, I already gave my answer. Don't worry. Any promise I make Lin Ming Yu will be kept with my life." Suddenly, Ji Shiriwei embraced me, causing my face to turn red. "Isn't this testing my resolve with her beauty? I can't handle it." Ji Shiriwei pouted and said, "You're young, and don't know the good of wealthy women." Then she added, "By the way, the Han-Hai Soul Crystal in the Legacy Realm is the real one created from memory. It's hidden in the real Cold Pool City. You should know where it is." As her words faded, Ji Shiriwei slowly disappeared. The long wait finally came to an end, and this brief journey with you was truly the most enjoyable time I've spent. Ji Shiriwei touched my head one last time before disappearing, leaving behind her final words. "Next time you see Clake, make sure to comfort her for me. You have inherited the hidden class, King Extreme Assassin." King Extreme Assassin, first tier hidden class in the Assassin system. Assassin system skills increased by 150%. You can learn all Assassin system classes. Externally, your class is displayed as Heavenly Extreme Assassin. You have completed the first tier advancement. Level cap unlocked. Sealed experience has been released. You are now level 11. You are now level 12. Meanwhile, outside the Legacy Realm, Lu shall laugh proudly. "So, what now? It's been an hour already. Ha ha ha. It seems like your hero won't be coming out. You've lost." He then arrogantly said to the girl, "Especially you. Do you know how precious the ranking reward you lost is to you? For someone like you, a mere commoner, this resource is your only chance to rise up. The world isn't a fairy tale. How dare a small fry try to defeat the upper class? Just for this unrealistic fantasy, you've ruined your own future. How pathetic." "Lu," Shou gestured. "Professor Zhang, please close the Legacy Realm." Professor Zhang Feiyu walked towards the portal helplessly and said, "Professor N, over the centuries, many prodigies have emerged from here, but we've never had an incident like today. We both know the truth. There's no need to wait any longer and delay everyone's schedule. Just as Zhang Feiyu was about to close the portal, suddenly a strange phenomenon occurred. The portal emitted golden light, blinding everyone who looked at it. I appeared from the portal as if a deity had descended, standing before everyone. The girl looked at me in surprise. "It's Lin Mingyu. He's not dead." Lu Xiao trembled all over, pointing at me. "You actually didn't die in there?" Zhang Feiyu asked in surprise. "Yi, did you really enter the legendary hidden level?" I immediately denied it. Zhang Feiyu moved closer to me, her eyes widening in shock. "It's Heavenly Extreme Assassin, not a hidden class, but there's no way to prove whether you entered the hidden level." She then asked, "Yeah, you're now a Heavenly Extreme Assassin, which means you've passed the third level. But the third level's realm closed an hour ago. You say you didn't enter the hidden level, so why are you only coming out now?" I feigned realization and said, "Ah, teacher, is that what you meant? I accidentally passed the second level in just 10 minutes and escaped the city. That's why I got an extra hour of task time for the third level." Zhang Feiyu was puzzled. Does this mechanism really exist? However, she also knew no new student had ever passed the second level in just 10 minutes. It was a clever excuse. The Legacy Realm only opens once a year, so to verify this, we'd have to wait another year. She had no choice but to say, "You should. Write up a report on your route through the second level." I agreed on the surface. "Okay, teacher," but deep down, I was relieved Jishui Wei had hidden my true class. Since that force had already set its sights on Cold Pool City, it was likely that Assassin Academy had spies planted within. I couldn't expose myself. The secret of the Han Hai Soul Crystal was likely hidden in the hidden level. At that moment, Teacherin walked over holding a box. "Lin Mingyu, congratulations. You are the first Heavenly Extreme Assassin in 10 years. You are the undisputed top scorer in this entrance exam. Here, this is your reward. Please accept it." I opened the box and found items that made me extremely happy. A golden chest, coins. I hadn't expected the first place reward to be so generous, especially the skill exchange coupons, which were exactly what I needed. First tier skill exchange coupons. Assassin Academy, *10. With these, you can enter the Assassin Academy's library in exchange for a first-tier assassin skill book. The Heavenly Extreme Assassin can learn all assassin skills. As you level up, you can even combine advanced skills from different assassin branches. The further you progress, the more advantageous this class becomes. However, I would need to accumulate an exaggerated number of basic skills in the early stages to support this. This reward was truly like a gift at just the right time. Just then, I saw a Teacherin walking over with 2 boxes for the girl. That made me feel a bit unfair, thinking, why does she get 2 rewards? But I finally learned the girl's name was Ji Huanyin. Later, I found out one of Ji Huanyun's rewards was actually 1, which made me feel a bit more at ease. My money-hungry little thoughts couldn't help but ask, since the betting game had my part in it, shouldn't you show some appreciation? Ji Huanyun smiled and replied, "Yi, the ranking rewards left are just a bronze chest and a skill card. How can it compare to yours? Don't worry about our little crumbs. I naturally wouldn't covet their rewards. But those second-generation heirs who curse me behind my back probably still have plenty of benefits while they're feeling down and unsettled. Now is the perfect time to stir things up." I purposely raised my voice to taunt. Huh? I was just lucky. Since I got an extra hour in the third level, it seems like there was a little bug in the system. I passed through the blue swamps without encountering a single monster. This caused Lu Xiao to fume and he nearly exploded. Before he could react, I added salt to the wound. Such a pity for Lu Xiao. Otherwise, the first place reward would definitely be his. I'm sure he must be feeling pretty miserable right now. Lu Xiao was furious and slammed his fist hard into the ground. "Did you hear that? We lost the ranking rewards because of this damn peasant's luck. I can't stand it anymore." Lu Xiao stood up, pointed at me, and shouted angrily, "ETM-ing, I, Liu Meng, am going to challenge you. If you don't want to lose an arm or a leg, I can show mercy and give you a chance to surrender. Just hand over the ranking reward to me." I smirked. The fish has bitten the hook. However, at that moment, an uninformed commoner student stepped forward to stop. "Get lost. Lu Xiao, you really have no shame. Lin Mingyu, your ranking reward was hard-earned. Don't fall for his challenge." Just then, Teacher, and stepped in to explain, "Yi, you can't refuse. Every month, Assassin Academy students have the chance to challenge someone of a higher rank. The challenged student cannot refuse. This is also to encourage students to challenge themselves and improve overall strength. This was exactly what I wanted. Since the rule was like this, I would accept the challenge, but asking me to surrender and hand over the reward? Lu Xiao, you're daydreaming. If you want my ranking reward, shouldn't you also offer something of equal value? Come on, let me see. Your sincerity. He then took out a necklace from around his neck. This is an heirloom of the Liu family, an accessory that increases movement speed by 5%. Does this show enough sincerity? The moment I looked at the necklace, I was stunned. It reminded me of memories from my past life. On the Endless Continent, the attributes of equipment obtained from chests or monster drops were fixed. Only equipment made by artisans could have its attributes altered based on the artisan's skill level. The top craftsmen could even forge items with powers surpassing their original rank. The most renowned among them was called the Legendary Artisan. In my past life, I had exhausted the Endless Continent and finally, by chance, obtained one of her creations from her descendants. Every artisan had their own unique badge, so I would never be mistaken. The engraving on this necklace was the unmistakable badge of the Legendary Artisan. But why had her work become so tarnished, so worn out, and ended up in the hands of the Liu family? And why was it embedded with such a cheap gem? This was a waste of a treasure. I couldn't help but show disdain. Teach, with that worthless junk of yours, you want me to stake my first place reward? Do you think I'm an idiot? This made Lu Xiao's face turn red with anger. He thought, damn it, this kid knows what he's talking about. I can't fool him. The necklace is indeed an heirloom, but its function is limited, which is probably why the family passed it to me. It shouldn't be worth much. Lu Xiao then turned to other young masters and said, you guys, quickly pull out all your family's assets. After I win the first place reward, I'll give you some. This way, you'll have something to report to your families. This is your last chance. After a while, he had collected a bag of coins and cruelly said, there's still 100 gold here. Our entire fortune. This should be enough for your ordinary people to live off for a lifetime. This should be enough, right? I turned a blind eye and pretended to give in. Fine. Seeing as you guys are naive and rich, I'll reluctantly agree. At this moment, some students nearby kindly persuaded me. Lin Mingyu, please, if it's dangerous, just surrender, okay? Don't overestimate yourself. That's right. Losing the ranking reward doesn't matter. But if you get seriously injured, your future path will be tough. As long as you're alive, there's always hope. This made me feel a bit of warmth in my heart. Haha. Think about surrendering. Too late. Liu Xiao, confident of victory, arrogantly said, you probably don't know. To prevent someone from retreating without a fight, force challenges don't allow a one-sided verbal surrender unless agreed by the other party. Otherwise, the fight must continue until one party loses all combat ability. It's a fight to the death. The young masters around him also mocked. Lin Mingyu, that first place reward you got by luck, are you going to give it back? Our Lu Xiao has the newbie god skill, Wind Step. The Liu family really spared no expense. They used such a precious skill book on him. Wind Step, combined with the gemstone necklace, creates the ultimate speed. Lin Mingyu, you're in for some real trouble. Lu Xiao summoned his weapon, a cruel and sinister expression on his face. Lin Mingyu, I gave you the chance to surrender early and hand over the reward. Since you refused to accept, then today someone's going to lose their hands or feet. Immediately, he used the Wind Step skill and charged at me. In the next moment, I easily grabbed his arm, leaving him completely dumbfounded. I smiled lightly. This is your so-called ultimate speed? Are you kidding me? With skills like yours, I can't even be bothered to draw my weapon. The surrounding young masters were equally stunned. What? What's going on? The fight hasn't even started, and it's already over. At this moment, Lu Xiao was drenched in sweat, thinking to himself, how is this possible? Why can't I break free? My wrist hurts so much. He finally realized that he had been tricked. Lin Mingyu's strength was far superior to his. Lin Mingyu had purposely lured him into the trap. Overcome by pain, Lu Xiao immediately begged for mercy. Lin Mingyu, I surrender. Take the bet. Just let me go, please. My expression darkened, and I said coldly, surrender? You haven't forgotten what you just said, right? As a noble youth, you must have integrity. If you said break hands and feet, then your hands and feet must break. I then twisted his arm, snapping it with a loud crack. Lu Xiao screamed in agony. Ah, on my arm. The surrounding young masters heard the series of cracked sounds and were immediately frozen in fear. At this point, Lu Xiao was lying on the ground, his hands and feet broken, while I crouched down and said coldly, considering your current condition, as the victor, I've taken the gold coins and gemstone necklace as my reward. Seeing me take the loot, the surrounding young masters felt a chill run down their spines. It's over. We've lost everything. We're broke now. How are we going to face our families? Liu Xiao, lying on the ground, shouted to the other young masters, "Help me." Holding my lute, I looked at them with a fierce expression. So, who wants to stand up for him? The young masters immediately panicked and ran for their lives. Some even kicked Liu Xiao as they fled. Watching this scene, I couldn't help but reflect on the pure friendship between these noble youths. I've really seen it all today. What an eye-opener. Meanwhile, the commoner students cheered with excitement. Lin Mingyu, I didn't expect you to be so capable. This is so satisfying. Now those noble youths won't dare to act so arrogantly anymore. Yi brother, we'll follow you from now on. Zhang Feiyu, watching all of this, thought to himself, Yi Timing's strength is clearly far beyond what his peers can match. If he really relied on luck to pass the trials, then his performance now completely contradicts that theory. If he truly passed the hidden stages and is trying to conceal it, he should be hiding his strength. Teacher Anne then announced, "Classmates, the new student entrance test is now over. Formal classes will start tomorrow. You can all return to your dorms to rest today, and I will assign the dorms now." Teacher Anne turned and called out, "Yi Tengming, Ji Huanyin, here are your keys. You two will share a room." Ji Huanyin blushed and asked shyly, "Teacher Anne, is there no single dorm available?" Teacher Anne looked puzzled and asked, "What are you picky about? You two are both guys. What's there to be afraid of? Do you think you're staying in a hotel? Based on your entrance test results, I've arranged the best room in the academy for you." Ji Huanyin could only blush and reluctantly agree. That night, in the dorm room, I sat on the bed and pondered. At this moment, Ji Huanyin, her face flushed, was about to go take a shower and reminded me, "Atina, I'm going to shower first. Please, don't come in, okay? I prefer to shower alone." I opened the system, deciding to open a few treasure chests while I had the room to myself. With the leveling rewards I got earlier, I now had 2 golden treasure chests. I couldn't hold on to them any longer. I immediately clicked to open the golden chests. "Congratulations. You've obtained a golden tier equipment Spirit Cat Dagger. Congratulations. You've obtained a golden tier equipment Leopard Print Heartguard Armor Set." I looked happily at the golden tier weapon in my hands, feeling lucky to have drawn my class's exclusive weapon. Just 3 more levels and I can equip it. I'll save it for later. I then picked up the Leopard Print Heartguard armor, thinking, as for this strange Heartguard, I guess it's not meant for me. I'll find a chance to give it to Shasha. It'll add a bit more protection for her. Looking at my stats, I was very satisfied. With my current strength, I should be able to face opponents of level 20. But when it comes to the forces eyeing the Hanhai Soul Crystal, how much of a chance do I really have? Who are they? What's their strength? Unfortunately, I know nothing about them. One thing I can be sure of is that from the moment I left the Legacy Secret Realm, they've been watching me. If I go after the Hanhai Soul Crystal now, the risk is too great. Therefore, I decided to step into the game, deliberately revealing part of my strength in the fight to confuse them about whether I entered the hidden stages. I want them to be filled with doubt, yet unable to confirm anything, feeling anxious and unsettled. When people are anxious, they make mistakes. They will undoubtedly try to secretly probe me in every way. That's when I can catch them off guard and set things up in advance. Unfortunately, to avoid involving Xiaxia, I can't go back to see her for now. Wait, what did Ji Huanyin just say? Right, she's going to shower. Actually, I'm pretty tired too. It's a good time to relax for a bit. I took my bathing items and walked into the bathroom, marveling at the luxurious dorm. I never stayed in a place with such a big bath before. I wonder what else Ji Huanyin is unhappy about. She wants a single room? Ji Huanyin, would you like me to scrub your back for you? At that moment, I accidentally saw Ji Huanyin walking by naked, her face turning bright red. I quickly shielded my eyes with my hand, but it didn't help much. Blushing, I was shocked to realize that Ji Huanyin was actually a girl. Seeing Lin Mingyu enter, Ji Huanyin quickly covered her chest with her hand, trying to stop him from looking. However, she accidentally stepped on the bath towel on the floor and ended up slipping. Seeing this, Lin Mingyu hurried over to the sink and helped her up. Fortunately, she only fainted for a moment. After confirming that she was not in any life-threatening danger, Lin Mingyu suddenly realized an issue. Was he really going to personally dry off the unconscious Ji Huanyin? Also, where were her clothes? Could she have stored them in her equipment space? But he didn't have any spare clothes to give her. Suddenly, he remembered the leopard print hardguard he had drawn when opening the treasure chest. After some effort, Lin Mingyu finally managed to get Ji Huanyin onto the bed and tucked her in with a blanket. Once he realized she was a woman, he took a closer look at her face and then recognized her as his old acquaintance from his past life, that mysterious female assassin. 10. It wasn't that he had face blindness, but rather that the difference between her in the past and present was too great. In his past life, she never mentioned her past. What had she gone through? Where did all the knife wounds on her body come from? He had no way of knowing. However, since they could meet early in this life, Lin Mingyu decided he would never let those tragedies happen again. After what seemed like a long time, Ji Huanyin finally woke up, and Lin Mingyu was both relieved and thrilled. After regaining consciousness, Ji Huanyin looked quite confused, unsure of how to face Lin Mingyu. Seeing her like this, Lin Mingyu smugly said, "Don't worry, I carried you over with my eyes closed the whole time. I was afraid you'd catch a cold, so I even put clean clothes on you." When she heard clean clothes, Ji Huanyin was a bit puzzled and lifted the blanket to take a look. Seeing the leopard print hard guard on her body, she was so frightened that she immediately hid under the blanket and screamed. Ji Huanyin cautiously said, "Yi, thank you for taking care of me. I'm just a bit curious. Why this strange outfit? You're not some kind of pervert, are you?" Hearing this, Lin Mingyu immediately became flustered and said, "Nonsense, I'm not, I didn't. Heaven is my witness. Don't just look at the odd design. This is a legit golden tier armor. I got it from the golden treasure chest reward from the Academy. You can check its attributes if you don't believe me. And I also bandaged your wounds. When I helped you change, I kept my eyes closed the entire time. I definitely didn't look where I shouldn't." Well, Ji Huanyin emerged from the blanket, feeling guilty as she lowered her head and said softly, "Lin Mingyu, I'm sorry. I wrongly accused you? Maybe it's because this is the first time I've worn women's clothes, so I overreacted a bit." Suddenly, she grabbed Lin Mingyu's hand, her expression serious as she said, "What I'm about to say, I'll only tell you. The truth is, I'm the illegitimate daughter of the current head of the Ji family. The four major families of the Assassin League are the Ji family, the Lu family, the Hu family, and the Wang family, each representing one of the four major schools of the assassin profession. The four families, in order to keep each other in check, established an ironclad rule. The core members of each family could only marry within the four major families. Ji Huanyuan's father was not yet the family head when she was born, but as the heir to the Ji family, he had an affair with a commoner woman, resulting in her birth. If this were ever exposed, the other three families would undoubtedly be furious, and her fate would be sealed. To protect her life, her father knelt in front of the elder hall for 7 days and nights until the Ji family elders finally relented and allowed her to live. The higher-ups of the Ji family used their secret guards to quietly send her out of the city, giving her a new identity as a commoner, to prevent midwives and potential witnesses from revealing the truth. Ji Huanyin was raised disguised as a boy from a young age to avoid any future risks. Lin Mingyu curiously asked, "Since you were secretly raised by the Ji family, you shouldn't lack for money. Why would you leave a comfortable life as a young lady and join the Assassin Academy as a commoner? You must know how high the death rate is for commoner assassins, and on top of that, you're risking exposure of your identity." She sighed and replied, "Because the Ji family is on the brink of collapse. Since half a year ago, the Ji family has been constantly targeted with assassinations, and even my father was severely wounded and still bedridden. Just a few days ago, 4 talented disciples from the Ji family, studying at the Assassin Academy, mysteriously died one by one. Although the family has sent people to investigate, nothing has been found, but everyone knows that someone is behind all of this, attacking the Ji family from the shadows. Unfortunately, the enemy is too cunning. To avoid alerting them, we need someone whose identity they don't control, someone with no presence, to investigate in secret, and I am the most suitable person for the job. My father and the Ji family took great risks to save my life back then, and now I can't just stand by and do nothing. That's why I took the initiative to infiltrate the Assassin Academy. And I'm determined to uncover the masterminds behind the attacks on the Ji family." Lin Mingyu was shocked to realize that if his guess was correct, the people Ji Huanyin was investigating were the same ones he was looking for. Ji Huanyin looked puzzled after hearing this, clearly not fully understanding. Lin Mingyu began explaining, starting with the moment he entered the secret realm. After listening to his story, Ji Huanyin excitedly said, "Lin Mingyu, you've gained the recognition of the ancestor of assassins? You're truly the most incredible man I've ever met." After her excitement subsided, Ji Huanyin calmly analyzed, "But as you mentioned, once that force obtains the Hanhai Soul Crystal, it will inevitably cause turmoil in Hantan City, leading to an inevitable war with the Assassin Alliance. What they're doing now is to weaken the Assassin Alliance's fighting power as much as possible before the final showdown. Lin Mingyu thought of the destruction of Hantan City in his previous life, and he suspected this was the cause. He said, "That's right, and now, the only ones who can stop all of this are the two of us. One in the light, one in the shadows." "Lin," Mingyu asked. "Ji Huanyin, the enemy is far more dangerous than you think, and you may even face life-threatening situations, but I will do everything in my power to protect you. So, will you join forces with me?" Ji Huanyin stood up excitedly, saying with determination, "I am willing." She was so excited that the blanket slipped off her, and she felt a little embarrassed. Blushing, she shyly asked, "Lin Mingyu, do guys really like to look at this kind of thing?" Her words made Lin Mingyu feel equally shy and flustered, and he stammered, "Maybe, perhaps, because you're so beautiful." Ji Huanyin became even more embarrassed. After a slight hesitation, she whispered, "Well, today, I guess it's not impossible to let you take a look." The next day, those who passed the test yesterday officially became students of the Assassin Academy and began their learning journey. In the classroom, the teacher was explaining assassin professions will split into 4 major factions after their second class change: swordsmanship, poison arts, hidden weapons, and disguise. The skills after the second class change are controlled by the 4 major families. The Assassin Academy, as the Alliance's base for training new recruits, has 3 grades. Level 10 to 19 for first year, level 20 to 29 for second year, and level 30 for third year. As long as they complete their second class change, they can graduate and join the corresponding major family. However, the academy only gives everyone 5 years to graduate. If anyone fails to graduate by then, they will be forcibly expelled and sent to the Alliance's suicide squad, tasked with the most dangerous missions. Therefore, your most important goal is to level up as fast as possible. The students were shocked after hearing the teacher's explanation. After all, they were required to reach level 20 within 5 years, an average of 4 levels per year, all while attending classes. Many students doubted whether they could achieve that. The teacher reassured them, saying that theoretical lessons like this would only take half a day each week. The rest of the time, the academy would provide abundant secret realms for students to challenge and level up, and they would be taken there shortly. By participating in the Academy's Secret Realm trials, students would earn points that could be exchanged for various equipment, and most importantly, skill exchange vouchers. This was the only way students could obtain first-turn skills at the Academy, and most people would only be able to exchange for 1 each semester. Therefore, students needed to constantly explore practical and theoretical learning, finding the most suitable career path and skill combinations, and must avoid wasting any resources, because Lin Mingyu and Ji Huanyin were sleeping in class and snoring. The teacher on stage became increasingly angry and eventually threw a piece of chalk at them. The teacher angrily scolded, "Don't think that just because you're from the advanced class, you can do whatever you want in my regular class. If you don't pay attention, you'll waste all those skills and you won't be able to cry in time." Lin Ming, Yu and Ji Huanyin lowered their heads and apologized, saying, "Yes, yes." The teacher was still angry and thought to herself, "It's all Lin Mingyu's fault for getting those young masters to take leave. Now there are only 3 people left in the advanced class, so we can't even hold a class. Zhang Feiyu just shoved me into taking a break." The other students were watching them, and one student remarked, "You two have the best dorms. How come? You're still not getting enough sleep?" Another student laughed and joked, "Could it be you're playing fencing?" As soon as those words were said, the 2 of them became even more hesitant to make eye contact, both blushing and looking away awkwardly. The other students immediately noticed, sensing something was up, and began looking at them with gossip-filled eyes. After the theoretical class, the teacher led the students to the trial tower. The tower houses the reincarnation secret realms collected over generations, which is essential to the Academy's foundation. At this moment, Lin Mingyu couldn't help but sigh inwardly. How I miss those days of leveling up in the reincarnation secret realms. Unlike regular secret realms, the reincarnation secret realms don't disappear after being completed. Instead, they cool down for a week, then reset the map and monster positions. It's the best place for leveling up. However, the number of reincarnation secret realms is extremely limited, and with the cooling time, in his previous life, Lin Mingyu had to grind all night, constantly hopping between different secret realms. He never expected there would be so many here. Now that he has such great conditions, he's determined to make the most of it. They followed the teacher downstairs and arrived at the first floor hall. The secret realms on this floor are for levels 15 and below, given their current strength. 10-person team has a chance to succeed. However, since most of them are entering a secret realm for the first time, the academy has assigned second-year students to guide them and help them get familiar with the environment. The teacher pointed to 2 students in the distance and said, Lin Mingyu, Ji Huanyin, based on your entrance scores, your senior students are over there. Go ahead. After meeting, the 4 introduced themselves. The 2 second-year students were Ji Xian, a 23rd level Earth Tier assassin, and Huang Tian, a 22nd level Earth Tier assassin. Huang Tian couldn't help but complain, they called us over just to be bodyguards for these 2 kids. What a waste of time. Ji Xian responded calmly, this Lin Mingyu is a once-in-a-decade heavenly tier assassin. His future achievements are likely to surpass ours. Huang Tian sneered. That is, if he even has a future. In our line of work, those who die early are always the chosen ones, like your Ji family members. Lin Mingyu could only look at the 2 senior students speaking like this in front of him, feeling utterly speechless. At this moment, Jixin walked over and said to Lin Mingyu, Sorry, my classmate can be a bit rude. However, you both have more potential than others. Along your journey, you'll face more open and hidden dangers, so please make sure to protect yourselves. When we enter the secret realm, stay behind us. Then, the 4 of them entered the secret realm together. They arrived at a dark passage, and Ji Huanyin couldn't help but say, It's so dark in here. Lin Mingyu immediately took her hand, and Ji Xian, noticing this, said, You're doing well. It's rare for newcomers to stay so composed in their first time here. As Ji Xian lit up a glowstone furnace, he continued, This is an underground cave in the desert. Contrary to what you might think, the desert is not barren. Most creatures hide deep underground. Under the light of the coal furnace, the group saw many 13th-level desert centipedes ahead, and one of them was quickly crawling toward them. Seeing so many centipedes, Ji Huanyun was so frightened that she jumped into Lin Mingyu's arms. Huang Tian quickly used his multiple throwing darts to attack the desert centipedes. At the same time, he couldn't help but tease. Lin Mingyu watched his movements, thinking to himself, this person is definitely strong. Ji Xian also spoke up. Keep your eyes wide open and don't be afraid. This is a rare opportunity for you to observe how assassins from different branches fight. Ji Xian set down the coal oil lamp, took out the silent mask, and a flame appeared in his hand. After putting on the silent mask, he started using the basic mimicry skill, Elementalist mode, Fireball. Immediately, all the desert centipedes in the passage were burned to ashes. With the combined effort of Huang Tian and Ji Xian, they finally reached the entrance to the final boss's lair. Before entering the lair, Ji Xian instructed, You 2 wait outside. We can't guarantee your safety in the upcoming battle. Once it was just the 2 of them, Ji Xian shyly said, Lin Mingyu, I really apologize for what happened yesterday. I don't know what came over me. I can't believe I did something so embarrassing. I normally wouldn't behave like this. You don't hate me, right? Lin Mingyu gently patted her head and reassured her. How could I? You just temporarily bumped your head last night. Besides, you're so cute. How could I hate you? He then asked, By the way, you've been looking at Ji Xian strangely. Do you know him? Ji Huanya nodded and replied, Ji Xian is my older brother. She had to be separated from her family from a young age, growing up in the desolate desert. Though the Shadow Guards took good care of her, she never really understood the meaning of family or love. That was until the Shadow Guards took her to the Nianhu Festival. The Nianhu Festival was held every year in Cold Pool City, a grand celebration. To give thanks for the nourishment of the Cold Pool Lake, the people of the city would set up stalls by the lake to pray for blessings, while the high-ranking members of the Assassins' Alliance would personally board boats and throw a year's worth of food into the lake as offerings. It was her first time entering the city, seeing so many people and many new and exciting things. Water lanterns, cotton candy, flower cakes. At that moment, someone on the shore suddenly shouted, catching her attention. Wow, look, it's the head of the G family. Like the others on the shore, she turned to look at the person on the boat. The Shadow Guard whispered to her that the person on the boat was her father and brother. At that time, her brother was being held in her father's arms, smiling joyfully, while she couldn't remember what kind of emotions she had at that moment. Soon the Shadow Guards urged her to leave, telling her not to get too close to her father and brother. All she remembered was that the cotton candy in her hand suddenly seemed tasteless. She asked dejectedly, Lin Mingyu, do you think that if I had been born into an ordinary family, I might have been able to understand the happiness of having family around me? Lin Mingyu never expected that the once proud and aloof version of her could have such a soft side. He gently patted her head, offering a comforting smile. Once the crisis at the academy is over, if you wish, I have a way to bring you back to your family. She suddenly threw herself into his arms. He, amused, asked, "Aren't you going to doubt me for a moment?" She firmly replied, "As long as it's you saying it, I believe it." On the other side, Huang Tian and Ji Xian had already defeated the Black Iron level boss, the Cancer Venom Spider. Huang Tian, with a hint of amusement, remarked, "Now I get it. This skill of mimicry can replicate the unique techniques of various professions. It targets the enemy's weaknesses, making it ever-changing and unpredictable, almost impossible to defend against." Then I'm a little curious, given that your Ji family has such good combat strength, why did 4 of your family members die? As the son of the family head, do you have any insider information? Ji Xian replied indifferently. This matter is indeed strange. However, according to the family investigation, these 4 did indeed die in the reincarnation's secret realm. Their injuries were all caused by savage beasts, and the testimonies of their companions corroborated each other. We couldn't find any discrepancies. It was probably just an accident. Huang Tian chuckled, as so was an accident. Then Huang Tian walked over to the Cancer Venom Spider's corpse and quickly cut off one of its claws. Huang Tian softly said, "Look, the pincers of the Cancer Venom Spider secrete potent poison. If I get accidentally injured during the battle and lose my combat ability, you, with your kind nature, would have to protect me while still fighting the beast. Do you think there might be an accident in this situation?" Before he finished speaking, he drove the Cancer Venom Spider's pincer into his own body. For Ji Xian, this scene came too suddenly and was completely unexpected. Meanwhile, outside the door, Lin Mingyu was anxiously staring at the entrance. Ji Huanyun asked, "What's wrong?" Lin Mingyu frowned, feeling something was off. "This doesn't feel right. It's been so long. Why aren't they out yet? With their strength, the battle should have ended by now." He immediately grabbed Ji Huanyuan's hand and decided to go in and check. Once they entered the room, it was eerily quiet, as if the battle had already ended. As they walked further in, they were greeted with a shocking sight. Ji Xian was slumped on the ground, severely injured by the Cancer Venom Spider's pincers, with the spider's corpse lying beside him. Ji Huanyin immediately rushed to Ji Xian, her face full of worry. Lin Mingyu approached and inspected Ji Xian's condition, finding that while he was still alive, he was in poor shape. What puzzled him even more was why, facing a level 15 Cancer Venom Spider, Ji Xian was so severely injured. What had really happened here? At this moment, Huang Tian suddenly coughed twice, drawing Lin Mingyu's attention. Huang Tian said in a low voice, "It's my fault. I was too careless and got paralyzed by the spider venom, which ended up getting Ji Xian injured. Don't worry about me. The spider leg is still inside Ji Xian's body. If the venom spreads, it'll be too late. Quickly pull it out." Ji Huanyun, hearing Huang Tian's words, immediately believed him and rushed to pull out the Cancer Venom Spider's pincer from Ji Xian's body. However, Lin Mingyu felt something was off and quickly stopped Ji Huanyun from acting. He approached Huang Tian, offering to help him up, but Huang Tian waved him off, indicating not to worry about him. As he got closer to Huang Tian, Lin Mingyu suddenly drew his weapon and lunged at Huang Tian. Huang Tian reacted swiftly, leaping up and retreating several meters to dodge Lin Mingyu's attack. At this moment, Huang Tian showed no signs of injury. Ji Huanyin, confused, immediately asked Lin Mingyu, "What's going on?" Lin Mingyu calmly explained. The bristles on the Cancer Venom Spider's pincer spread at a certain angle when it attacks. From the bristles pulled out of the wound, it's clear that this pincer was inserted after the spider died. He observed Ji Xian's condition closely and realized that forcibly pulling out the pincer would only cause massive bleeding and hasten his death. If you really managed to fool us, not only would you get rid of Ji Xian with our hands, but you'd also destroy all the evidence. You could even use us to make your story more credible. What a vicious plan. The plan had been exposed, but Huang Tian wasn't flustered. He laughed loudly and said, "I didn't expect you to have some skill. No wonder the higher-ups specifically told me to spare your life. Too bad that's not happening now. In the original plan, the 2 of you could have survived. But now I can only say, you didn't listen to the warnings, barged into the boss room, and ended up getting Ji Xian killed. You 3 will be swallowed by the Cancer Venom Spider and die without a complete body." Lin Mingyu asked angrily. "The higher-ups! Who's really behind this?" Huang Tian pulled out his weapon, sneering. "Ready to strike. Why would I tell a dead man?" Huang Tian suddenly launched a series of throwing darts, aiming directly at Lin Mingyu. Ji Huanyin immediately stood in front of Lin Mingyu. Ji Huanyin initially thought she was about to be struck by the darts, but in the next moment, a group of skeletons appeared around her and Lin Mingyu, blocking the darts attack. The sudden change stunned Huang Tian for a moment. Ji Huanyin also found it strange, but Lin Mingyu did not respond to her. Instead, He pulled her close, protecting her in his arms. Huang Tian sneered. You're just a rookie assassin, yet you can use necromancer techniques. Seems like you have quite a few secrets. Lin Mingyu didn't waste words, directly ordering the necromancer to attack Huang Tian. Huang Tian laughed maniacally. You think you can restrict my ranged attacks with a swarm of ants? How pitiful. No matter how many ants there are, they'll always just be ants. He used the technique, Momentary Lotus Blossom, and instantly launched a deadly strike at Lin Mingyu's necromancer. The necromancer was chopped into pieces, fragments scattering everywhere. However, Lin Mingyu didn't give up. He leaped into the air, drawing his gun and quickly thrusting it towards Huang Tian. Huang Tian clenched his fists, and in response, Lin Mingyu was attacked from all directions and his gun was snapped in half. Huang Tian then kicked Lin Mingyu, sending him crashing into the wall. Ji Huanyan was furious and drew her scimitar, preparing to strike at Huang Tian, but Lin Mingyu grabbed her arm, whispering, "Save your strength. Trust me. I will make sure you survive." Huang Tian mocked, "Look at you now. You can't even get close. To me? Yet you're still unwilling to accept defeat? I admit, you're the most powerful rookie I've seen, even on par with me in speed. But the gap in level and skill can't be bridged by a few tricks. What I love most is shattering the unrealistic. Fantasies of talents like you, whether it's Jishan or those before him. Now it's your turn." Huang Tian sneered, throwing a dart from his hand, aiming for a fatal strike. Lin Mingyu, undeterred, broke through Ji Huanyun's hold and charged toward Huang Tian, sword drawn. He didn't care about the injury caused by the throwing darts, allowing them to tear through his skin. The next moment, a system prompt echoed. Dark Origin Fragment activated. Ji Huanyan suddenly noticed that both Lin Mingyu and Huang Tian had disappeared from her sight. She was very puzzled. Why had the two of them vanished so suddenly? And what did Lin Mingyu's last words mean? Taken to a strange place, Huang Tian remained arrogant, though confused. Where is this place? On the brink of death. And you still want to play tricks? Lin Mingyu took out a red gemstone and chuckled. Cough, cough, Huang Shuzhang. You really don't know what's going on. Does it even matter where we are right now? System prompt. Dark Origin Fragment. Current magic power can sustain state. Remaining time, 93 seconds. Lin Mingyu provocatively said to Huang Tian, "Do you think my companion will just walk away after seeing us disappear? Your actions will soon be known to the outside world. In other words, Huang Shuzhang, you're finished." After hearing this, Huang Tian's face turned an ugly shade. He grabbed Lin Mingyu by the collar, confused and angry. Lin Mingyu, what's in it for you by doing this? Lin Mingyu shrugged indifferently, replying, "Well, I'm not going to survive anyway, so pulling down a higher level Shuzhang before I die isn't a bad deal, right?" Huang Tian looked at the man before him, thinking he was a madman. What should he do now? Ji Huanyan probably hadn't gone too far yet. He still had a chance to catch up with her. He had to quickly trick Lin Mingyu into leaving this place. Huang Tian brought his throwing dart close to Lin Mingyu, threatening, "Lin Mingyu, I underestimated you. Fine. If you end this now, I'll spare your life. Don't you want to know who's behind me? I'll tell you. Otherwise, I'll use everything I have to torture you before you die." Lin Mingyu casually replied while holding up the red gemstone. "Not a bad proposal, since you insist as you wish." At the same time, a system prompt appeared. Dark Origin Fragment. Current magic power can sustain state. Remaining time, 1 second. The next moment, Huang Tian was teleported back to the trial tower, and as soon as he appeared, he was struck, in the neck, by Ji Huanyun's blade. After being struck, Huang Tian immediately released his grip on Lin Mingyu. Ji Huanyun quickly ran over to support Lin Mingyu. Struggling on the ground, Huang Tian asked, "Why?" Lin Mingyu wiped the corner of his mouth and replied coldly, "Because of your arrogance. I used these injuries to finally gain a chance to get close and execute a perfect coordination with my teammate. You're right. The gap in level and skill isn't something small tricks can overcome, but wisdom can." And just like that, Huang Tian died with regrets. After the crisis was over, Ji Huanyun started bandaging Lin Mingyu's wounds. Lin Mingyu assured me that the injuries were only superficial and not life-threatening. He expressed regret for the damage to his weapon and armor during the battle, but he was grateful for the temporary victory, which he considered a partial success. Ji Huangyin abruptly inquired, "Have we ever crossed paths before? How do you comprehend my secret language?" In the desert, two cats play and stretch next to a burrow, leaving footprints in the sand. The girl cheerfully calls out to the cats, and they happily turn around at her voice. She recalls that she had no human friends in the harsh desert and only a group of desert cats were her only companions. Over time, the girl developed a special language of communication with these cats, but did not tell anyone about it. Lin Ming-yu, covered in wounds, utters words in that cat language. The girl is surprised to hear Lin Ming-yu speak to her in this language, and can't believe her ears. Lin Ming-yue calls the girl by name and stands up, and she is at this moment dumbfounded by what she saw. Lin Ming-yu is asked if she has ever thought about the existence of a past life, and believes that they have. Already spent a lot of time together, the girl interjects in amazement about past life, not believing what is happening. Suddenly, she enthusiastically exclaims that Lin Ming-yu is the reincarnation of a cat, and both of them are confused. Lin Ming-yue notices that trying to find the truth about his past life now is too early, and feels a slight awkwardness under the girl's gaze. Suddenly, an injured young man appears nearby, which surprises Lin Ming-yue and the girl. The girl exclaims happily that he has come to his senses, while Lin Ming-yue watches on. The young man is confused to see Lin Ming-yue and the girl together and doesn't know what to think about this situation. The guy who is badly wounded speaks in that they overthrew some important person named Huang Tian. Lin Ming-yue advises the guy not to move due to his severe wounds, promises to carry him out on his back later, and gives him medicine to keep him alive until help arrives, noting to himself how lucky he was to get the elixir. The wounded young man quickly drinks the elixir. Feeling improved, he thanks Lin Ming-yue, says he didn't expect betrayal from his comrade, and promises that Ji's family will thank them for saving him. Lin Ming-yue claims that their opponent was just a piece on the board, and hints that the assassination attempts against the Ji family won't end there. The wounded young man suspiciously asks Lin Ming-yue who he is and why he knows so much. Lin Ming-yue informs him that his identity isn't important. The main thing is that since he killed Huang Tian, it means he's not going to antagonize the Ji family. He also wonders if the injured man in their current state is capable of using the right spell. The guy with the armband explains that if there's no fight, he can maintain the technique as long as he wants. Lin Ming-yue confirms that this is enough, because a half-alive Huang Tian will do them more good than a dead one. Meanwhile, in the spacious hallway by the portal, a group of people are gathered in preparation for the meeting. One of them yells to the teacher that the ones they've been waiting for are finally coming out. Lin Ming-yue, supporting the injured man, helps the girl escape through the portal. Outside, anxious comrades rush to them. Some call out to Yang Ye, while others are concerned about the girl's condition. They are met by a group of people who are surprised at how Lin Ming-yue and his companion reached such a state just a space to the 15th level. They also ask where another person named Xuan is. The girl blames herself for what happened. According to her, she didn't listen to the elder's advice, broke into the boss's room, and because of this, the head was hurt, and even Huang Tian was badly injured. Teacher Zhang was shocked to hear this and exclaimed in surprise. The brown-haired girl orders that Huang Tian be taken immediately for treatment, and the medical team rushes to his aid. She is dismayed to think that this is the 5th student of the Ji family to die, with the son of the current head of the family being injured this time, and predicts that chaos will ensue in the Ji household. The next scene shows an ancient artifact, a statue of a woman, set amidst sprawling ancient ruins. In the courtyard, groups of people report to the head that after years of searching, they have managed to pinpoint the location of a secret treasure. Tiu, supervisor, remarks in despair that he didn't expect to find him there in the first place. Mentally turning to the statue of his ancestor, he realizes that he wanted to hide the treasure so that it would not bring misfortune to the world, as recorded in the family chronicles. However, he decides that the old days are over and sees nothing wrong with gaining treasure and great power, even at the cost of many sacrifices. The leader voices his plan to carry out his plan in 7 days, during the Seihu festival, consulting with the other representatives. An elderly female counselor approves of the choice of date, noting that all forces will be scattered around the city on that day. At the same time, she reminds that the main thing is to be careful not to give oneself away early. Another subordinate worriedly informs him that Huang Tian's attempt to kill young Lady Ji today failed, and he is badly injured, hinting that because of this, there is a risk of the whole plan failing. The supervisor blames his subordinate for the failure of the operation against the Ji family and warns that without the body presented, the enemies will not rest. He advises him to be more careful with Huang Tian from now on. Despite this, it is noted that Huang Tian, cultivated by them for 8 years, is considered the best agent among his peers. The subordinate hesitantly wonders if they are in too much. of a hurry to give up such a valuable person. The leader states that he has enough talent, but singles out Lin Mingyu, considering him gifted and potentially useful for his own purposes if he were to come over to his side. He orders a subordinate to supervise Lin Yu and see if he knows anything about the secret rooms, and if he has already learned the secrets of the treasure, eliminate him. Meanwhile, Min Yu appears in front of the tall library building and is determined to act on the threat. Once inside, he smiles and greets the girl working in the library. Lin Mingyu explains that he came to exchange his coupons for the skill book, happily showing them off. The librarian, introducing herself as Ms. Hu, asks newcomer Lin Mingyu for his coupons and offers to record the data in the system. Lin Mingyu reflects on his past fight with Huang Tian and realizes that he is inferior in terms of strength due to his lack of skills. He decides to urgently learn new skills to be ready for even more dangerous enemies in the future. Ms. Hu notes from the name check that Lin Mingyu is an ordinary student, but with excellent grades on the entrance exam, and such successes make him stand out among his peers. Lin Mingyu notices that Ms. Hu may not have accurately considered the number of his exchange coupons. He clarifies that he has not 2 but 10 exchange cards, much to the girl's surprise. Ms. Hu is shocked. Lin Mingyu, being a mere beginner, turns out to be the first in the entrance test. Normally, even first place is not given more than 5 coupons, and she assumes that in the heritage zone, Lin Mingyu was able to reach an incomparable level. The young man wonders if everything is okay and if there are any questions for him. The librarian, a little confused, explains that there is a huge skill archive on the first floor that contains hundreds of skills and advises Lin Mingyu not to rush into choosing one, but to study everything properly first. She ponders to herself that if such a rare talent wasted valuable coupons, she would consider herself a bad teacher. Lin Mingyu replies that he has already decided and asks to exchange skills according to the list prepared in advance. Miss Hu sees that someone has already helped Yunosha pick up skills, and so she lets go of her doubts about his future decisions. When she looks at his list, she's surprised to realize that he has chosen something special. The action takes place in the reading room on the first floor, where students are busy doing their own thing. The news of a newcomer who had exchanged 10 coupons at once spreads quickly through the academy, as students wondered if Lin Mingyue was the student who had won first place in the entrance exam. In the library, students discuss Lin Mingyu, remembering how he broke his legs. Students discuss Lin Mingyu, remembering how he broke the legs of the Liu family representative after the ordeal, and rush to see him. And Fang from the Liu family with his leg in. A cast notices that everyone is talking about him, and it makes him angry. Fan tries to explain himself to his brother. Liu Neng, Fan's brother, assures him that he will sort it out himself and return the situation to normal. The girls above comment on Liu Neng's attractiveness and his long conversation with the librarian. Ms. Hu cautions Lin Mingyu against making rash skill choices. He, on the other hand, asks Ms. Hu to perform the skill exchange on his list without worrying about the difficulties. She thinks that since the teacher helped him with his choices, there's nothing to worry about. Liu Neng appears and confirms that he issued the coupons. Liu Neng asks Lin Mingyu to return the family legacy, offering skill coupons in return. Lin Mingyu realizes that after the conflict with his younger brother, an older brother has come to try to return the value. Liu Neng offers Lin Mingyu an agreement to duel with double the bet if he refuses to return the chain. Lin Mingyu realizes that the Liu brothers are trying to trap him and use the victory for their own prestige. He inquires from Liu Neng about Huang Tian's strength compared to him. After learning that they are equal in strength, Lin Mingyu shows interest, wanting to show everyone the qualities of the Liu brothers. It shows a list of learned skills such as quick strikes and stealth abilities. Liu Neng thinks Lin Mingyu's words are pompous and defiant. He challenges Lin Mingyu to a duel in the training room on the 3rd floor. The students discuss who can help Lin Mingyu, and Ms. Hu offers her support. Lin Mingyu prepares for the next step and confirms that he already has a list of skills needed for the exchange. Lin Mingyu entered the hall on the 2nd floor where the skill trials were being held. He moved confidently through the hall, preparing himself for the challenge ahead. Fang noticed Lin Mingyu and was surprised by his presence. Recalling the consequences of their meeting, Liu Neng suggested that Lin Mingyu use any available rookie equipment if he still needed anything. Lin Mingyu reacted with confidence that what was available would be enough. Another, noticing this, expressed doubts about Liu Neng's actions, urging caution. Despite the warnings, Liu Neng showed the rigidity of his intentions. Liu Neng stated that Lin Mingyu had shown no mercy to his brother and now they would fight as equals. The young man replied that he was ready for battle, but warned that the outcome could be the same as his brothers. Liu Neng attacked with maximum speed and strength using his technique. Lin Mingyu used attacking skills to increase his attack speed by 50%, engaging in a fight with Liu Neng. Their fight becomes intense and the exchange of blows impresses the spectators. The observers were amazed that Lin Mingyu was able to successfully withstand Liu Nan's first wave of attacks. Liu Neng recognized Lin Mingyu's talent, surprised at his ability to learn skills quickly. However, Liu Neng felt that Lin Mingyu was still far from perfect in the use of the knife. He responds with a series of powerful attacks, taking the fight to the next level. Liu Neng rushes forward with a powerful punch, intending to land a decisive blow. He speaks wryly in the direction of our hero. Lin Mingyu quickly gets on the defensive, using his jumping jacks to avoid the assault. At this moment, Lin Mingyu smirked, for he had something interesting. Lin Mingyu used a tactic with poisonous smoke to conceal his movement. Liu Neng warily moved around the hall, assessing the situation. He began to sense Lin Mingyu's presence, listening to the sounds. Liu Neng noticed Lin Mingyu's attempt to escape and decisively attacked. However, he found himself facing an unexpected attack when he was called out by his younger brother Fan. At that moment, he realized the danger, but it was too late to retreat. Lin Mingyu used his multiple attacking skills. Liu Neng was surprised to see him at a disadvantage in front of him. Lin Mingyu, using a disguising technique, revealed that he was not going to compete in knife fighting. He lightning quickly rushed into a new attack, leaving Liu Nan out of action. Liu Neng ends up on the floor, and the audience is surprised that he loses to newcomer Lin Mingyu. One observer notes that Lin Mingyu is not just a capable fighter, but a true monster in strength and skill. Fang, breathing heavily, looks at his opponent and calls out to Mingyu. He is surprised to notice something unusual, lowering his gaze to the side. Two onlookers take notice of a crutch that has unexpectedly fallen. Liu Neng is angry because he underestimated Lin Mingyu, ashamed to lose. He notes with dismay how cleverly and unconventionally he uses basic techniques. Liu Neng realizes that he can no longer hold back, or else he will really lose. Making up his mind, Liu Neng uses a whirlwind slash attack that colors everything around him red. After a powerful attack, Liu Neng tries to get a glimpse of Lin Mingyu in the puffs of smoke. Liu Neng notices Lin Mingyu and instantly rushes to attack, claiming to have found him. Fang panics as he tries to explain to his brother that he has made a mistake and makes a plea to recognize him. Liu Neng rushes to attack Lin Mingyu with confidence, noting that she won't fall for the same trick twice. There is a clash between Liu Neng and Lin Mingyu, who is actually Fang, in which Liu Neng puts his best foot forward. A heated Liu Neng, seeing the wounded enemy on the floor, thinks he has won a victory. Liu Neng starts laughing loudly and with relief, confident of his victory. He justifies his actions to Lin Mingyu, saying that he shouldn't be blamed for his cruelty, because that's the outcome for those who interfere. But when Liu Neng tries to rip off the mask, he is surprised to find no expected mask on his opponent's face. There comes a voice that informs that time is up and Liu Neng has lost the battle. Liu Neng is shocked by what happened. He can't believe that he was defeated. In desperation, Liu Neng calls out to Fan, and not realizing what is happening, asks himself what he has done. Liu Neng, gripped by rage and despair, cannot accept defeat and shouts. Losing his temper, he lunges at Lin Mingyu with threat and lust for revenge, using his chains. Suddenly, however, he finds himself surrounded by chains, leaving him confused. Lin Mingyu confidently uses his abilities and closes energy circuits around his opponent. Liu Neng finds himself completely entangled in the restraining chains, unable to free himself. Soon, Lin Mingyu's discarded blade suddenly began to burst out from the wall. Frightened, Liu Neng notices the flying blade hurtling straight towards him. Silhouettes of the participants in a bright red light show how one of them appears immobilized while the other stands opposite, containing the situation. An expression of horror appears on Liu Neng's face. He realizes that he has lost and is severely injured. Finally defeated, he remains huddled on the floor in front of Lin Mingyu, who is now completely dominant. The spectators in the audience watch the outcome of the fight in amazement, shocked by what they see. Liu Neng, chained and wounded, painfully looks at his brother lying in the distance and weakly utters his name. Lin Mingyu looks at Liu Neng and his brother Fan lying in front of him and notices that he gave them a chance to stay alive. The protagonist claims that it was Liu Neng's desire to harm him that ultimately caused their defeat. Lin Minyu starts to search Liu Nan. He discovers the man has 10 skill exchange coupons and decides to keep them. The scene shifts to the academy's infirmary, where someone is lying in a hospital bed after a battle. The girl anxiously turns to the injured man named Tian Ming. Not too long ago, she had asked Lin Mingyu if he was really going to go to the art book hall to study, worrying if it would lead to danger if the opponent showed up too early. Lin Mingyu is certain that he definitely needs to go train. After all, the opponents Huang Tian can bring in are much stronger than them, and he needs to improve his strength as soon as possible. Lin Mingyu and his girlfriend discuss the situation in the hospital room where their comrade is lying unconscious. He notes that the opponents are acting cautiously, and there is still time to figure out what is going on. The girl decides to stay by the injured man's side and wait for Lin Mingyu to return. After Lin Mingyu leaves, the girl is worried and can't stop thinking about him, even though they broke up for only a short time. In the hospital room, a window opens with a sharp sound. Something bursts into the room. Lin Mingyu returns through the window, and the girl happily notices his appearance. Lin Mingyu apologizes to a girl named Huan Yan for the slight delay, explaining it was due to minor difficulties. He inquires about her brother's condition. The girl reports that the doctor said that there is no longer a threat to her brother's life, and in a day he is likely to come to his senses. There is a commotion in the corridor as the doctor is asked to enter the ward. Those present ask the head of the family not to worry, as the boy named Huang Tian has just gotten out of danger and has not yet regained consciousness. Lin Mingyu observes what's going on and notices that people from the Ji family have actually come to the family. The head of the Ji family bursts into the hospital, reacting angrily to requests to remain calm. He believes his son's killer is inside and cannot tolerate delays, fearing that the culprit will escape. Soon, someone catches the man's attention. Lin Mingyu and Huan Yan are standing in a room next to a hospital bed when the head of the family walks into the room, creating a tense atmosphere. The head of the family says he will personally deal with what is going on and asks the others not to follow him, closing the door. Huan Yan is surprised to meet the man who came and calls him father. Huan Yan's father asks why she's here and who Lin Mingyu is, reminding his daughter that he told her not to reveal herself to strangers. Huan Yan confusedly and excitedly explains that Lin Mingyu is not a stranger, but an important person to her. Lin Mingyu rebukes Huan Yan's father, saying that he knows so little about his daughter that he didn't even know where she was, and insinuates that if it wasn't for her act, the son of the family would have remained in danger. On the bed, brother Huan Yan still continued to lie on the bed like this. The head of the family is surprised to recognize the son named Xuan, and can't understand what happened. Father sits down in a chair, while Lin Mingyu and Huan Yan stay by his side, and the head of the family begins to comprehend the situation. He admits that he wasn't attentive enough to his daughter because his mind was on the family situation. The father realizes that he will have to apologize to Huan Yan at home for his inattention. Huan Yan's father remarks to himself that Lin Mingyu is an extremely talented young man who managed to defeat Huang Tian while being only a rookie. He thinks of the benefit to the family if he can get such a person on his side. Huan Yan looks at Lin Mingyu with a peculiar expression, and father notices that her gaze towards him is clearly different from usual. Father wonders what kind of relationship Huan Yan and Lin Mingyu have, and why she revealed the whole truth about herself to him. Huan Yan replies that Lin Mingyu is her first friend, loyal partner, and even her roommate. The head of the family interjects with surprise that they are roommates. Lin Mingyu is clearly nervous about this turn of conversation and feels uncomfortable. Huan Yan's father threateningly warns Lin Mingyu not to think of taking advantage of his daughter's naivety and not to abuse her trust, or the consequences will be severe. Huan Yan stands up for Lin Mingyu, saying that he is not the person to worry about, and recounts an instance where he helped her without taking advantage of the situation. The head of the family is shocked to hear his daughter say that Lin Mingyu helped her change her clothes after she felt sick in the bathroom. Lin Mingyu tries to explain himself and insists that he is not misunderstood. Huan Yan supports him. The father humbly admits that his grown daughter no longer obeys him and decides to respect her choices, realizing that Huan Yan has always had good taste in people. Huan Yan's father asks Lin Mingyu if it's true that someone will try to kill Huang Tian soon, and whether the Ji family needs to prepare in advance. Lin Mingyu explains that it's best not to change anything or create unnecessary fuss so as not to scare off the enemy, assuring that he will take care of the situation himself. Late at night, two masked men are on duty outside the ward, but one of them yawns and the other falls asleep, making security lax. The unidentified man cautiously opens the door to enter the chamber. An intruder who has infiltrated the room notes that the guards are too relaxed today and decides that the Ji family still thinks Xuan's death was accidental. He pulls out a knife, thinking the situation is shaping up perfectly for a murder. At this point, the person on the bed suddenly regains consciousness and becomes frightened. The killer clamps the victim's mouth shut and checks his reaction, making sure his breathing and pulse are normal. The victim's legs twitching desperately. What is happening becomes a fight for life. The killer turns to his victim, saying that he has already shown him enough favor, for in their case, you don't. Get second chances, and now returns to his task. A mysterious cloaked man makes his way out a hospital window to disappear into the night. His departure is closely watched by Lin Mingyu, standing on the rooftop and tracking the suspect's movements. Mingyu raises his gaze to the moon, realizing that it is time for decisive action. The pursued man traverses the corridors and moves on to another building, trying to stay out of sight. Lin Mingyu cautiously watches him from around the corner, keeping his guard up. A woman appears in one of the corridors and suddenly calls out Lin Mingyu by name. Lin Mingyu reacts instantly and recognizes her as the master assassin Yu Zhu, realizing the danger of the situation. Seeing her, the young man realizes that something is wrong here. Lin Mingyu tries to find out from the woman who she is and how she knows her while on guard. The woman flirtatiously reminds him that they've met before and points out that Lin Mingyu clearly doesn't recognize her, which puts him in a quandary. Lin Mingyu addresses the woman, warning her to keep her dignity. He doesn't understand how she knows his name, but emphasizes that he already has a lover, and if she's come to flirt, she'd better choose another person. The woman annoyedly comments that Lin Mingyu doesn't know about romance at all. She abruptly changes the topic, noticing that the academy is turbulent right now, and advises Lin Mingyu to hurry back to her room, then leaves. Lin Mingyu, activating his strength, carefully observes the situation, sensing something strange around him. A magical energy vortex appears in the space beside him, and Lin Mingyu calls out to the lurking enemy to come out, as he knows that he has been watching all this time. The head of the Huang family appears from the portal and asks Lin Mingyu why he is no longer pursuing the killer, as he is probably not far away yet. Lin Mingyu replies that it is no longer necessary, as he has already revealed what is going on. The protagonist announces that he has now realized who is behind the attack on the Huan Yan family, and who is controlling the enemies from the shadows. Huan Yan's father, upon hearing Lin Mingyu's words, demands an explanation and clarifies the basis for such a statement. Lin Mingyu explains that the assassin has just taken the form of a woman, and asks if that seems significant to anyone. He adds that it's hard to imagine who else the enemy could have been imitating. It's obviously a well-known image. With determination, Lin Mingyu refutes the version of the fictionalized female appearance and claims that the killer was copying the appearance of a legendary figure named Seike Xianzu. Huan Yan's father was shocked by Lin Mingyu's statement, thinking it was impossible that someone could have copied Seike Xianzu's image. After all, her appearance had disappeared from many people's memories several hundred years ago, and not a single image had survived. Lin Mingyu, looking confidently forward, declares that no one said that her image was really lost. He tells us that in his past life, after the fall of the city of Hanjie, he found one ancient place among the ruins. There he saw piles of ruined marble, and thanks to the inscriptions on the stones, he realized that the statue of Seike Xianzu used to stand there. Lin Mingyu also discovered a well-hidden arsenal of weapons in these ruins. There were many poisons and poisoned weapons inside this hideout, allowing certain conclusions to be drawn. Lin Mingyu will explain that he has learned from various sources. There is a statue of Seike Xianzu in the center of Hanzi City, and the area is controlled by the Liu and Wang clans. Huan Yan's father is shocked. It turns out those behind the attack on their family are the Liu and Wang clans. Suddenly, he becomes suspicious of Lin Mingyu and asks how he even knows Seike Xianzu's identity and all these details. His suspicions grow. Huan Yan's father, in a fit of anger and excitement, demands an explanation as to who Lin Mingyu is, for what purpose he approached his daughter, and why he is helping their family. The hidden profession Assassin King message appears, whereupon Lin Mingyu deactivates his hidden status, and a powerful wave of energy sweeps through the room. Lin Mingyu calmly explains that he knows everything because he personally met the real ancestor of the assassins. Huan Yan's father utters in astonishment, "Wang! Wang!" having realized something important about Lin Mingyu's past or personality. In the ancient ruins, two men discuss the successful completion of a task. Huang Tian is dead, and one of them receives praise. The man in the blue uniform orders to stop any outside activities and wait for an important event. His interlocutor agrees. Secret Agent Liu reports that he was attempted to be chased by Lin Mingyu upon his return and considers this an important circumstance. A man in uniform, upon hearing of the surveillance, is concerned about whether their clandestine activities have been exposed. The secret agent reassures the chief. The Ji family was lightly guarded and unlikely to notice their interference. And even if Lin Mingyu had suspicions, after Huang Tian's death, there is little time for the opponents to find out the truth. The agent is pleased that he was able to finally verify Lin Mingyu's identity in an unusual way, through deception, and a makeover that can now be used against him. He concludes that by observing Lin Mingyu's reaction to the image of the ancestor of the assassins, he can confirm that Lin Mingyu has never met her or penetrated the hidden realm, which means that his fears were in vain. The senior officer reasons that the person who was able to spot the threat of Ji Xuan's death is quite smart. He points out that with abilities like his, they can trust him and take him into their ranks. The head of the Liu family believes that the dead brothers were only minor members of the family. He does not attach importance to their deaths and says he can sacrifice a few more to achieve his goal. Night has already fallen on the streets of the city, the entire building sinking into silence before the new event. Huan Yan notices some suspicious sound and looks around the room anxiously. Huan Yan runs up to Lin Mingyu and anxiously asks if he is injured. Lin Mingyu smiles and assures that he is fine as long as Huan Yan is around. Huan Yan then asks if the assassin appears, and if Lin Mingyu has managed to find out who is behind the assassination attempt on the Ji family. A little earlier, the head of the Ji family says he has one last request. He notices that a life-and-death war is breaking out between the Ji, Liu, and Wang families. The man admits that Ji Xuan is already badly injured and asks him to protect his only daughter from the same outcome. Lin Mingyu replies that she understands the man's request, but puts forward her own condition in return. He wants to get his daughter. Lin Mingyu informs Huan Yan that the murderer has been caught and his father is now interrogating him, so the real culprit will soon be punished. He praises Huan Yan that she fulfilled her goal in entering the academy and saved their family, suggesting that they now enjoy life at the academy. Liu suddenly remembers that the Nianhu festival is coming up and offers to take a vacation to have fun during the festivities. Huan Yan happily agrees, saying that it's a great idea, and they agree to definitely do it. Suddenly, Huan Yan stops Mingyu, shouting, "Wait!" Huan Yan blushes and is embarrassed, wondering if their pact means the same. Legendary date. Li doesn't understand why she is reacting this way. Meanwhile, Lin Mingyu is sleeping peacefully in his room. Huan Yan, dressed in a kind of pajamas, stands embarrassed. A little while earlier, she was dating her father. Her father tells her that, even if he doesn't mind her friendship with Lin Mingyu, illegal cohabitation is still an inappropriate thing. Therefore, he is going to discuss with the academy about moving Huan Yan to another room. Huan Yan tries to convince her father not to transfer her, but he is adamant and is not going to discuss the matter. Huan Yan sadly thinks about the upcoming parting, thinking that this is the last night. Huan Yan in a nightgown appears very close to Lin Mingyu, which creates an ambiguous and tense situation. Huan Yan suddenly snuggled up to Lin Mingyu, causing him to be confused. Lin Mingyu is surprised by Huan Yan's action and tries to understand why she is acting like this. The girl decisively piles on top of Lin Mingyu, and he finds himself underneath her and doesn't know how to react. Huan Yan confesses her feelings to Lin Mingyu and says she loves him, and he is embarrassed by her candor. Huan Yan explains that she has to move to another block tomorrow, and this night is their last night together. She also has a premonition that Lin Mingyu will be leaving the academy soon, so she doesn't want to miss out on anything. The girl, looking sad and determined, says she doesn't want to regret the missed opportunity later. Lin Mingyu thanks Huan Yan for her sincerity and admits that any guy would like such a great girl, but he already has a sweetheart. Huan Yan doesn't see this as an obstacle and says that men of such a level as Lin Mingyu usually have many wives. She assures that she will not quarrel with Lin Mingyu's other girlfriend, but instead will get along with her. Lin Mingyu is completely shocked to realize that such a relationship is possible in this world and wonders why no one told him about it before. Huan Yan, being next to Lin Mingyu, notices a strange sensation in her leg that hasn't gone away since the beginning of the situation. She begins to wonder what is going on. Lin Mingyu finds himself gripped by intense pain and exclaims loudly in surprise. Huan Yan realizes something unusual in amazement, causing her to feel confused and anxious. The girl excitedly turns to Lin Mingyu, wondering about his well-being, and noting that situations like this must be very difficult for men. Huan Yan admits that she doesn't have much experience with this kind of thing and asks if Lin Mingyu could teach her. It's getting morning. The sun is rising over the academy, and everything seems calm. Lin Mingyu wakes up and realizes that Huan Yan is no longer beside him. The hero notices that only Huan Yan's thin cape remains in his hands, which reminds him of the reality of yesterday's events. Soon it becomes known that Huan Yan has disappeared from the academy for a few days, supposedly taking a long vacation. Lin Mingyu decides not to think about what happened anymore and throws all his efforts into training. He constantly challenges the secret area of the academy to improve his level as quickly as possible and not be distracted by anything else. Lin Mingyu continues to fight monsters, completely immersed in his training, oblivious to everything around him. Lin Mingyu finally raises his level to the 18th level in preparation for the upcoming fight and can now use a special technique. He realizes that his strength will increase dramatically because of it. Lin Mingyu is alone in his room, silence reigning around him. Lin Mingyu notices someone and excitedly calls out to Huan Yan, waiting for her to appear. A guy walks into the room and informs her that the Nianhu festival has started, and there is a real buzz going on around the place. The academy has given one day off, and he suggests that Lin Mingyu join his friends for a fun day out. Lin Mingyu apologizes to his friend as he already has things planned for that day. At this time, other students come running, reporting that an extremely beautiful girl, prettier than even the academy's most famous beauty, has appeared at the gates of the academy. The guys discuss what they've learned about her, and it turns out that it's like she's waiting for someone. In their opinion, the person she is meant for is incredibly lucky, and the others joke that they will give the lucky guy a fight. One of them also feels like he's seen the girl before. One of the students thoughtfully remembers that he has met this girl somewhere before. She seems very familiar to him, but he can't remember where. Lin Mingyu hurriedly exits the building, aiming for the academy gate. He runs outside and breathes heavily when he sees the figure of a young girl in a yellow dress in front of him. Lin Mingyu, noticing Huan Yan in her new outfit, remarks that she is especially beautiful today. Huan Yan is a little embarrassed and remarks with a smile that she had been trying for this meeting for almost half a day, and Lin Mingyu had just noted it so simply. Lin Mingyu tries to pick up some nice words about her looks but is a little embarrassed, and Huan Yan teases him, marking a rare moment of confusion for him. Lin Mingyu takes Huan Yan's hand and a special trusting mood between them. Huan Yan happily offers to go to the Nianhu festival together, leading Lin Mingyu behind him. In the evening in Hantan Cheng City, they stroll through the decorated streets, enjoying the bright lights and festive atmosphere. Huan Yan notices with interest an unusual bird, an owl with a cat's head, showing it to Lin Mingyu, who is surprised at such a rarity and confirms her words. Lin Mingyu complains that the cotton candy at the festival is sold too expensive, and Huan Yan enjoys the treat, oblivious to his indignation. Huan Yan laughs sincerely and happily, enjoying the walk and Lin Mingyu's company. Lin Mingyu looks calm and contented, enjoying the moment with Huan Yan at the celebration. In the evening, under the starlight, Lin Mingyu and Huan Yan launch a shining lotus-shaped lantern onto the water. Huan Yan suggests that Lin Mingyu make a wish together, explaining that on this holiday any wishes are considered especially effective. Lin Mingyu wonders what Huan Yan's wish was, but she decides to keep it a secret. Suddenly they notice a ship approaching, all around them announcing that the owner of the Huang family is coming. Huan Yan anxiously asks Lin Mingyu to get away, explaining that her father has arrived and they'd better stay out of his sight. Lin Mingyu stops her, assuring her that they can stay together and there's no need to go anywhere right now. Lights can be seen on the river and a large party ship approaches the waterfront. People notice that the owner of the Huang family is getting off the ship, which everyone is surprised at, as he usually doesn't show up at such events. The people present greet him. The head of the Huang family notices Huan Yan among the crowd and calls her by name. Some of the students recognize the girl. Huan Yan and Lin Ming, you find themselves in the center of everyone's attention when Huan Yan's father directly addresses his daughter in front of everyone. Huan Yan's father formally introduces his daughter, Huan Yan, to the crowd, explaining that he had previously failed to fulfill his duties, and because of this, she had been away from her family for a long time. He now announces that from this day forward, Huan Yan is returning home and will be re-included in the family tree, and he will try to make up for all the previous omissions. Huan Yan looks at her father with warmth and surprise as she turns to him, and her father responds to her gaze with a satisfied smile. The crowd discusses Huan Yan's return, marveling that this is indeed the heiress of a noble family. Some remark that such events are only found in novels and believe that bright times have come for Huanyan Lin Mingyu. In the midst of the gathering, demands that the daughter of the head of the family return home exactly on the day of the Paots Lake Festival. The head of the family expresses his concern, saying that for years he had hidden Huanyan's existence to keep her safe from threats from other clans. Lin Mingyu explains that on the day of the festival, the city's guards will be at their weakest, and it is likely that the feuding families will take advantage of this moment. However, if their family wins the decisive battle and is able to suppress others in the future, no one will be able to threaten Huanyan anymore. Lin Mingyu asks the head of the family if he is confident in himself and the successful outcome of events. A family aide notifies residents that celebrations will be held to mark the eldest daughter's return, and all residents will be given valuable gifts at a town celebration. Those gathered praise the generosity of the family, rejoicing at the expensive gifts, and some thank Huanyan's father, for these gifts are enough for a year. Her father turns to Huanyan, saying that he has some more business to attend to, after which he will definitely come back to her, and she agrees and leaves with him. Huanyan's father entrusts his daughter to Lin Mingyu, asking him to take good care of her in case something happens to him. Lin Mingyu agrees to take care of the girl. Lin Mingyu and Huanyan notice that everyone is heading out of town and discuss whether they should also go there and participate in what's going on. Lin Mingyu regretfully informs Huanyan that he may not be able to be by her side anymore. At this moment, Huanyan is attacked by a mysterious enemy with an intimidating appearance, and she finds herself in danger. The girl is dragged into the arms of a mysterious figure with golden hair. Xiaxia turns to the young man, calling Huanyan the good little sister she was found. Lin Mingye, who didn't expect such a turn, looks confused and embarrassed at what is happening. Xiaxia leads Huanyan away, assuring Lin Mingyu that they will take care of her and that she will hear an explanation later. A blonde, hooded woman with a smile reminds her that everyone should return safely this time. A fire breaks out in the city and explosions occur, further adding to the atmosphere of anxiety and danger. Lin Mingyu watches the fire raging over the city and notices that the war between the four great clans has already begun. He decides it is time to retrieve the Sea Soul Crystal and hurries to the lake, where he treads water to enter its depths. Thanks to his strength, Lin Mingyu can breathe freely underwater and begins to explore the underwater world. He is surprised, for he discovers absolutely nothing at the bottom of the lake, which seems strange to him. It isn't long before he finds the gifts and offerings recently dropped from the ship, marveling at their appearance. One of the crabs drags the gifts towards the huge hole, which attracts Lin Mingyu's attention. The protagonist notices something unusual underwater and is wary of what is happening. An information pop-up appears in front of him, confirming his profession is Royal Assassin and his teleportation ban has been lifted. Suddenly, Lin Mingyu is enveloped by a stream of blue energy and he is sucked into the whirlpool. A moment later, the hero appears in a clearing with a wooden fence and houses, finding himself in an unfamiliar place. After looking around, Lin Mingyu concludes that there is a hidden space at the bottom of the lake and notes that due to the complicated entrance, it has gone unnoticed for many years. Approaching the house, the guy feels someone's frightened gaze on him. Behind the door is a girl with blue hair and a blue face who looks at Lin Mingyu fearfully, chewing on something with puffed-up cheeks and tears in her eyes. Suddenly, Kalaki throws herself at Lin Mingyu, surprising him with this act. A strange sound comes from the roof. Lin Mingyu thanks Kalaki for her many years of dedicated service, saying that her efforts for the good of the people have not been in vain, and advises her to finally rest. Kalaki tries to object, but tearfully complains about not having Sister Juyu around. Lin Mingyu understands her feelings and says that the girl coped well with the loneliness underwater and was their ancestors' trusted companion until the end, reminding her how much he valued such a sister. Kalaki, hearing his words, asks if it's true. Lin Mingyu assures her and adds that he will be there for her to discover a new and exciting world together. A stunned Kalaki confusedly asks if Lin Mingyu is really going to take her along and if her age would embarrass him, since men are rumored to prefer young girls. Lin Mingyu reminds Kalaki with a smile that she's only 18 years old and she shouldn't worry about her age. Kalaki, a little indignant, remarks that modern young men have become too flattering and witty, whereupon she stands up. She then offers Lin Mingyu to go with her to show him a real Sea Soul Crystal. Burning torch illuminated the ancient walls of the dungeon they were walking through together. Kalaki enthusiastically shows Lin Mingyu a shining crystal that is guarded by numerous enchantments. Lin Mingyu is surprised that the real crystal has a much weaker aura than its copies, to which Kalaki explains that it hasn't been used for many hundreds of years and has gradually lost its strength. She assures that it's worth using the crystal a few times and filling it with energy, and it will quickly regain its power, then holds it out to Lin Mingyu. Just as he was about to accept the crystal, a dark shadow appears behind his back, threatening both heroes. Lin Mingyu instantly realizes that the situation is dangerous. Kalaki and Lin Mingyu pay attention to the unexpected hand reaching for them and freeze in fear. Kalaki tries to warn Lin Mingyu and advises him to take the crystal and run as far away as possible. A system message appears. The dark source fragment has been activated and can maintain an active state for a little over 9 more minutes. Kalaki looks around in confusion and calls out to Lin Mingyu, left alone on the floor. Meanwhile, Lin Mingyu realizes that he reacted too late. The enemy was able to hide in his own shadow, which, in his opinion, is not typical even of assassin masters. A mysterious man in a cylinder appears before the eyes protagonist, Modu, a 25th level illusionist necromancer. Lin Mingyu is amazed by the enemy's profession and notes that he has never seen such a class before, and the pressure from it is far beyond that of a normal fighter of this rank. It becomes clear to him that this might be the power that has been lurking all this time. An ill-wisher asks Lin Mingyu about the Dark Spring fragment, wondering if he really recognizes it. Modu speculates that it was Lin Mingyu who foiled the long-standing plan to kidnap the elven princess and praises him for his intelligence and dexterity, as Lin Mingyu was able to quickly unravel the plot of the two clans and confuse everyone. The enemy specifies that he had been watching the hero even before he got here and began to follow the location of the sea crystal. According to him, the outcome had already been decided no matter how hard Lin Mingyu tried. Lin Mingyu asks with a combative attitude if the enemy is confident that he can defeat him in single combat, and prepares to attack using the special skill 9 Lives of a Cat. Modu tells Lin Mingyu that the ancestors of the Liu and Wang clans faced similar hardships in the past as Lin Mingyu does now, and he wonders if the protagonist can last longer. Modu uses the Ghost Shadow Claw technique, attacking Lin Mingyu with a giant ghostly paw. Lin Mingyu instantly activates the Wind Step ability to dodge the opponent's attack. Next, Lin Mingyu moves into a counterattack, using the Falling Leaf technique to break through Modu's defense. In response, Modu creates several shadows with the Shadow Splitting skill, intensifying the attack on the enemy. Lin Mingyu is bombarded by numerous ghostly hands from above, threatening him. Modu encounters Lin Mingyu's unexpected tactics and observes his Whirlwind Cut technique, causing Modu's defense to be broken through by a powerful wave. Modu recognizes that Lin Mingyu has a very high blade speed for a level 18 since he was able to repel the Ghost Shadow Claw's attack. Modu regrets that Lin Mingyu chose the path of the blade, as despite his speed, he is limited by the scope of the sword and uses the Cursed Ghost Bats. Modu explains that the head of the Liu family once lost because of this, and now Lin Mingyu is facing attack from all sides at once. Modu launches a powerful magical explosion, attacking Lin Mingyu with streams of light and darkness. The guy disdainfully remarks that Lin Mingyu was no stronger than the rest of the opponents. However, Modu suddenly freezes after sensing something unexpected. Lin Mingyu successfully repels the attack and dispels the magic blows while behind the energy shield. Lin Mingyu confidently states that he is proficient in more than just the art of the blade. His fighting style includes other weapons as well. Modu is shocked. Because Lin Mingyu was able to control the artifact, it takes tremendous willpower. Modu is astonished. Lin Mingyu is holding a lollipop artifact, which, when fully unlocked, can show real power if the wearer has powerful enough spiritual energy. Lin Mingyu regretfully informs that Modu no longer has a chance to avoid the outcome, as the situation is completely under his control. In an instant, Lin Mingyu attacks with a crushing blow that stuns Modu with his ultra-fast style. Modu finds himself pierced by Lin Mingyu's sharp attack, and the result of the fight becomes obvious. But Lin Mingyu is stunned and can't believe what's happening. Modu notes that Lin Mingyu has exceeded his expectations, but hints that he wouldn't rely solely on the strength of the 25th level for the sake of confronting the entire mercenary guild. Lin Mingyu tries to retreat, but the system records that he just defeated the thief illusion, and an opponent of unknown level appears in front of him. Modu's true form is manifesting. His strength is beyond Lin Mingyu's current capabilities. The system reports that the spatial seal will soon disappear. Lin Mingyu realizes that the situation is rapidly deteriorating. A powerful attack strikes the surrounding area, destructive energy spreading out. Lin Mingyu barely manages to dodge, and Modu follows him, enveloped in purple energy. Lin Mingyu realizes, against Modu, he has no chance of winning. However, he's glad that Kalaki managed to escape, and must now buy her as much time as possible. Modu advises Lin Mingyu not to fight back needlessly, for few have seen his true form before his death. As a reward, he will show his true strength. Modu starts attacking Lin Mingyu with his true power. Modu's attack does even more damage to the city. At the same time, the head of the Huang family notices something strange while standing by a fallen enemy. He turns around and looks anxiously toward the city where smoke and destruction have risen. A man rushes to the rescue, realizing that dangerous events are taking place in that area. Modu also notices something unexpected, his attention shifting. Meanwhile, Kalaki and Lin Mingyu are surrounded by a protective shield that absorbs most of the damage from the destruction around them. Kalaki is wounded. Coughing up blood, she had to use the rest of her strength to defend herself. Lin Mingyu grabs Kalaki in his arms, concerned about her condition. Kalaki explains that she used a power crystal from her tribe's sacrifice to protect Lin Mingyu from at least one blow. Modu doesn't understand why a human and a mermaid are willing to sacrifice themselves for each other. After all, they are from different races, and it seems pointless to him. Modu decides to get rid of Lin Mingyu and Kalaki in one blow so as not to waste energy on the chase. Suddenly, someone rushes to Lin Mingyu's aid, attacking Modu. The demon calmly reflects the flying projectile. Head Huan and the other allies appear on the field and realize that Modu is the source of all the troubles. Huan urges the warriors to engage and gives the order to attack Modu. Du is annoyed that his true form has been revealed in front of so many people and vows to destroy everyone in the city. A fierce battle begins between Modu and the warriors. He easily repels their attacks. Lin Mingyu anxiously notices that Modu's strength is so high that even the entire Huanyan family can't handle him. Lin Mingyu has a premonition that even an escape attempt won't save the city, and things could end as tragically as they did in his previous life. Kalaki blames herself for her overestimated power, realizing that nothing has changed from it. She regretfully touches Lin Mingyu's cheek affectionately. The girl assures Lin Mingyu that he has already exceeded all their expectations and shouldn't have to carry all this burden alone. She asks Lin Mingyu to remember how to use the sea crystal that was created specifically for situations like this. The hero anxiously guesses Kalaka's plan. Kalaki says goodbye to Lin Mingyu, saying that she can no longer go on with him in life. She asks, if given the chance, to scatter her ashes in the sea to be with Yue forever. Kalaki slowly closes her eyes, dying in his arms. Lin Mingyu screams in despair, losing Kalaki in her arms. Huang is also badly injured and barely able to stay on his feet. All allies are defeated, and Modu stands victorious before the bodies of the fallen. Modu laughs confidently at the defeated, declaring that now no one will get in his way and the last obstacles have been removed. Suddenly, a powerful pillar of light appears from above, surprising Modu. The bloody demon stares in amazement at the sudden force, not realizing what's going on.